Hey, Coach, how are you?
Hey Daniel, good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Weekend, you guys do anything special?
No, man. I mean, today I was just like doing some yard work earlier. It gets hot out here. It was like triple digits already.
Jeez,
But like I think 11 or noon is close to triple digits.
week. When does it start chilling out over there a little bit?
Honestly, it's warm through like no, October, so probably November it starts cooling off. I mean, end of October.
Hmm. Nice. Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit chilly here. I wish we could trade places for another 2 months. It's like London out here. It's all doom and gloom.
Yeah, I wish so too. Actually, it's and I'm like in the Inland Empire of California, so it's like
Hmm.
there's no ocean breeze near us.
Jeremy, how are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Chilling, chilling. I'm doing well. Arno, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good.
All right.
MJ, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
All right, fellas. Mason, let's go and get started then. So I think Rodarte, you're first. Um, before we get into like some tech stuff, did you have specific questions for me, Rodarte?
Yeah. Um, so I launched um some like HVAC ads local to me for like giving service.
Mhm.
I've gotten 5 leads. Um, so I had some thoughts on like how I would go about that. I wanted to see what you would think. So my thoughts are reaching out to them. Like I've sent them texts and they weren't firing off, so I'm like late and like I'm like I think like some people opted in yesterday, some on the 31st, but I didn't get them until late last night. Um, anyway, I was gonna reach out to them and ask them. Um, let me see. Sorry, let me see what I had here.
I'd be interested in like seeing what you funnel hacked,
Okay.
like what you're using as like inspiration, and then we can kind of look at that versus what you're thinking about doing and kind of go from there. I think that might be a good
Oh,
idea.
okay. Okay. So let me share this.
And also be curious as to like why this particular offer or service that you decided to run.
Okay. Let me, right. So I have so all I did was go in the ads library, just typed in HVAC.
Okay.
And I thought the easiest was just to offer a 25% discount. So that's what I did. And so this is the campaign here.
Okay. So can we go back to ads library and like is there a particular one that you modeled after?
Um,
I'm just kind of curious what they do and like did you go through their funnel and what
I think
exactly?
it was this, like something like this. Well, here, I don't know how to go to their funnel when like if like click on this, it just sends me to their Facebook page. So I don't know how to like look at their form.
Um,
So my form is very basic. I'm just asking for name, email, number. Um, I know like for HVAC businesses who are offering like a uh like AC install, it takes you to their like a landing page and it asks you like, what kind of home, what size, like a bunch of other questions that they collect.
okay.
Um,
So just so you know, whenever you click on an ad and actually takes you into a page, I'm sorry, it takes you into like a funnel, it's because they've got like a traditional website ad, like the ones that we ran for the 6 figures, 6 weeks, and then the one that you're doing for. So whenever you click on learn more, and it doesn't do that. It's typically because it's like a messenger ad or it's a lead form ad. In both those cases, yeah, you're not going to be able to kind of see what they're doing,
okay.
unfortunately. It's as far as you can
Yeah, so
get.
that's what I figured, and I thought Like this is just 20% off service, and these are active, launched on the 7th. Um,
Okay.
so I just didn't really know, like as far as the guy almost closed. Um, he was interested in doing the annual memberships. So I think that's something I can do, but I didn't know as far as price point, like how to advertise that, especially since I don't have an HVAC guy to give these leads to yet. So my ad was just very basic. It was just like we're offering 20, I said 25%, and my thoughts were if that's too low, they can mark it up and then do the discount from there, you know?
Yeah. I guess like why the 20% service, the 20% off discount as opposed to like anything else, like selling an AC unit or something else? Like why this particular, is it just kind of like, hey, look, I saw it, seems easy enough. Is that kind of what it was? Or
Yeah, I thought it was easy enough. I thought it was easier to get leads. It would be cheaper leads. I thought if I was getting an AC system, like the leads would be more expensive.
okay,
So, what at the time of like last night looking at these, the leads were like $9.
okay.
Um,
Not bad.
now they're a little more expensive because I haven't gotten any today yet. But yeah,
Okay.
so I got the 5 leads, and they weren't coming into my pipeline here. This is my niche is so these I had to like manually import or um you know submit.
Okay. So I have a suggestion. Talk to Cam's guy. Book a call with Cam's guy. I don't know if that guy's free. He's probably very cheap. He seems like he's from like a third world country running ads, but that guy seems to know what he's doing. And so I would like hop on a call with him and I would pick his brain, like, okay, well, why this particular funnel? Why this particular offer? Like those are important things because it's like it's yeah, you're right. It's like one thing to be like, okay, seems easy enough, but like what's gonna make your client most profitable at the end of the day? Like because step one is making the money, step two is extracting the money from them. Um, so I just that would be my advice. Like just do a little, like have a conversation with that guy and kind of see what he's doing. Going back to like where you're at, yeah, go ahead and tell me like what you think you should be doing.
Okay, so like I said, I got the 5 leads here. Um, so the five leads. Um, so obviously I don't know what they want, right? Just 25% off is my here's my ad here. This is the ad, just basic 25% off um, for Labor
Okay.
Day. So my thoughts were to go in and I'm like texting them this. What I need from them is the location. And today's a holiday, so it's not great, but their location, desired service, and time frame. So this way I have something to tell an HVAC owner.
Okay.
I don't know if this is the best way, but this is what I was just coming up with is like, hey, um,
Did you try to send a few of these out or you have not sent any of these out yet?
I sent them all out.
Okay. And was it out of the 5 minute window? Because I think you said,
Yes. Yeah, it was out of the 5 minute window.
okay. So yeah, it's a good starting point. For me, I feel like that's a lot that you're asking from a lead format. I would definitely, test out, I would try to maybe get like a simple response. Hey, Dolly, thanks for opting for 20% off of our service. Which service were you looking for?
Okay.
Then bait them, they respond, and then go into perfect. Do you mind if I hop on? Do you have a quick 5 minutes for me to hop on a quick call with you to learn more about what's going on? And then you hop on a call and then you vet them,
Okay.
see what happens there. So I would test that out as well.
And then obviously what I don't want is to
And
get
a third option is like as soon as they opt in, straight up just ring them. So those are a few different options. I feel like again, this one. So the second one is like you text them, you bait them to respond, and then you call them. The third one is you straight up call them and kind of just see which kind of get from both of those. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Arte. What were you saying?
well, that's good. what was I saying? Oh, what I don't want to do is like, well, I wanted to get like more than one to market to or to give away rather to an HVAC guy, right? So I was like, what are your thoughts on like, should I be doing should I have like 2, 3 leads in hand to give to an HVAC guy or
Yeah, I
um,
think I think what you're gonna have to do is first we have to get through this first bottleneck of just getting a response and hopping on a call. I think what you're gonna have to do, I think if you recall back to Drew's strategy, what he would do is he would generate the lead and he would follow up with them, make sure that they were a hot lead. So he might generate 10 leads. And then out of those 10, like let's say 5 of them are like, okay, these are good solid leads, and then he'll give them over for that strategy. So if I were you, I would make sure I'm hopping on a call, getting a response, making sure they're hot, they're willing to spend money. Then I would take those 5 over, try to do 5. Let's see what we can do 3 to 5. And then get those over. I feel like that would be the move. I would definitely like one is not enough. Like you definitely need like a few because he's not
yeah,
gonna he's gonna
yeah.
close like 20, he's gonna have like a 20% close rate if that.
And then my thoughts are like once I figure this out, um, like local to me, to go ahead and launch them near my last sales call. So I have these leads to like call the guy, have the sales call, be like, hey, you know what? Here's a good show of faith. Like here's some like free leads I was able to get. Maybe if you change your mind, great. But and if that doesn't work, then just give them to somebody else in that area.
Mm. So you're talking about the last person you had a sales call with, the one that was hot and heavy? Is that who
Yeah,
you're okay?
the heartbreaker. Yeah.
Well, what I would say for that one is that we want to first take a closer look at like what happened there before you offer the leads to them. Because if there's another problem, then you would just be handing away free leads. Like maybe there's an underlying issue, maybe something else is going on. And, I think we should tackle that directly as opposed to just giving them some leads and just hoping and praying because that would you know, be waste of good leads.
Okay. Um, but as far as like the new stuff, that's all I had. I will reach out to Cam to see if he can give me that guy's contact or uh, I
Cam,
guess name.
Cam, what I was telling Rodarte is that you remember that one guy you're talking about that you showed me some of his stuff. I was basically telling Rodarte that maybe you might want to have a consult, hop on a call, pay that guy for an hour's time or something like that to kind of see what that guy was doing. And the reason I was asking, the reason I brought that up is I asked Rodarte why he's running the ads he's running, and he doesn't necessarily have like a rhyme or reason. I felt like it would be a good thing for him to have a conversation with your guy because your guy might know like what services are the most profitable in terms of paid ads. Might help him out.
Right. I mean, my guy's my dad. So is that what you mean? Like the guy that I went?
No, no. Remember that one guy? I think he was African American. Do you remember that
Oh
guy?
God, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I think it might be a good idea, Rodarte, for you just to hop on a call. I don't know. And here's the thing I told Cam. I was like, I don't know if this guy's legit or not. I Cam. So that guy was running paid ads. I would see if he's still running paid ads right now to confirm if he is legit. Um,
Right.
so Rodarte, I'll give you a little bit backstory. So Cam found that guy. I don't know exactly how he found him. You can ask him. And then he was showing me all of his stuff. And I was like, I don't know if this guy's legit or not. I was like, go see if he's running some ads. And that guy was running some ads for HVAC. And I said, go check back and see if he's still running the ads a few weeks later. So I don't know if Cam's done that or not. If he has, then I would say he's probably legit. If he's not running those ads, then he was just trying to sell Cam something.
Yeah, I
Okay.
haven't checked on him.
Okay. So yeah, definitely do it. Does that make sense, Rodarte, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if that guy just launched the ads just to show Cam, like, hey, here's my Facebook ad. These ads are live. If that's the case, red flag. But if you coordinate with Cam, if that guy's still running the ads, okay, I'd probably have a conversation with him because his funnel looked like it actually worked. It actually made sense to me.
Okay. Yeah, Cam,
Um,
do you have his name or can you get his name sometime?
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't really look further into that guy. He just kind of faded in my past, but I'm sure I could find him again. Uh,
Is he in your
if you,
DMs?
yeah, if you just send me something after this, I'll try to.
Okay. Thank
I'll
you.
do it right now. Actually, I don't think I'm up for a while, anyways.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Rachi, what else you got for me, man?
I mean that's it. Just more KPIs, just coming along.
So let's talk about that call then. Like I guess what happened? What do you think happened?
You're talking about the Heartbreaker girl? Yeah, just we were at the it was late in the day, like they scheduled a call for 7 my time, and I'm Pacific. And then they were like late to get on, and but like not a no-show. He's like, "Oh yeah, sorry, it'll be like 10 minutes," and it was really like 30 minutes. So then we got on, and the call was like about 40 minutes. Um, and then he had a woman with him who was sounded like to be like the business part of it. So when I had the discovery call, it was just him. And he said, "Yeah, yeah, like definitely open to a demo call." And then so but he says, "Yeah, but I just want to make sure my partner is available." And I said, "Great, yeah, like let's do it." So then it was them two, and I don't know if they're related or not because maybe it was like his daughter or his wife, but like they were like chilling at home, like lying, like when they had their camera on, I couldn't really see them. Like then I made it out that they were like lying in bed, and
Mm.
then they had their camera off, and it was just. I don't know. I just always feel awkward when it's just there's no one there to talk to. It's just me on camera. I'm not gonna turn my camera off. I feel like that's weird. So I just let them, look at my face while I'm talking. And then she was asking me questions. I was answering them, and then um we talked about because in the discovery call he was open to doing uh the annual memberships. And I said, for around here they can sell for $200. I don't know where like in your area. Um but I know we can get like $200 easy. And then he says, yeah, that's accurate. And I said, okay. And then her concern was, okay, if I'm getting 20 clients, like what, like those clients could just be filter changes. And I'm like, no, I understand. But if they're like, for example, we did the annual memberships, 20 times 200, I think was what, 4,000. And then I said, so there's your ROI right there. And then she said, okay. And then it was making sense. And then they said, okay, they agreed to it. And I said, great, let me send you over that. And then they said, what's next in the process? And I said, okay, I'll just collect payment from you and then we'll get started right away. I said, it's a holiday weekend, but that doesn't matter. We can, press on. And so as I was doing it, like sending them the invoice, they said, yeah, we'll take care of it tomorrow. And I was like, oh, it wouldn't take too much. It wouldn't take too much more time. Just I'll send it over right now. I was like on the computer doing it. So I think in hindsight, maybe I should have that ready for like all um like an invoice or invoice for monthly paid in full, um like a weekly, so that way I could just like fire it off like immediately. But it did take me like a minute or two to type everything up through Go High Level, and then they're like, yeah, yeah, just go ahead and send it over, and we'll take care of it tomorrow. And then we went back and forth with that, and I felt myself get like sounding pushy, and I didn't want that. And I was like, okay, yeah, no, okay, no problem, man. Just whenever you take care of that, we'll get started. So they sounded like they were in. I mean, I took them for their word, and I was pretty excited. And then like, yeah, the rest is history. So like the next day, the later it was getting in the day, I was like, okay, like it's flaking. And then so I reached out to him, I called him, he answered. And then I said, yeah, just, following up, like, I want to get started on this right away. So, like, are you able to take care of that right now? And then he said, oh, just kind of decided $2,400 is a lot. And I said, okay, well, what made you change your mind? And then he said, his partner just thought the 2,400 was a big investment. And I said, yeah, but the ROI is there. And then he said, yeah, we'll think about it. And I just like, by then I was like, okay, man, well, thanks for your time. And, hopefully I hear from you sometime, or soon. And that was it.
Mhm. Okay. Um, what script did you use? Like, did you use Joel stuff? Did you use my stuff? What stuff did you use? Did you use Cole stuff?
I used whatever like the FVC was. I just like Frankenstein that to fit for HVAC.
Mm.
So like I got rid of some stuff. I have like basically like the same style, or like running through this like a drawing of the system, and then like going through like making it personal, so it's like their ad, and then like I said, it was late in the day, and I could feel myself like searching for words at the beginning of the call, and so like you get like the beginning of the call, like I had that photo up, I took a screenshot, so I'm just like not reading it, but it's in front of me before I'm sharing a screen. Like I have the like how to prepare for your sales call, make it new, unique, and um like all that stuff. And when I was getting through that, I could feel myself like searching for words and like just not all there mentally. And so I think that I don't know, maybe that hurt me a little bit, but uh I mean I
Okay.
powered through. And then I showed them that video that was in your template of it's called Blue Mountain, I think it is, from Oregon. And showing them like, this is like a landing page, so there's an ad, and then they come here and it just builds trust, people get to know you. And this guy was very much saying like he doesn't what he wanted to market. He says everyone markets for like an AC install. I want to market like a repair. Like we don't need to replace your AC. It's cheaper to like fix it. Like it's for a fraction of the cost. And I played into that. I was like, well, that's I really admire your work ethic, and um just saying like, yeah, like that's definitely something like we can do together.
Hmm.
And then I showed him the video, and just playing onto that, like people can see how you told me how like you don't want to rip people off. Like we can convey that in a video and get people to know and trust you, you know. And like I said, they're on board that night, and then they slept on it and changed heart.
Okay. So, um, first of all, there's three kinds of objections, right? Which objection did you have?
The cost was the what do you mean?
That wasn't your objection.
I don't know.
It's the uncertainty doubt objection. It's the uncertainty doubt objection that is masked as a financial objection. It is not a financial objection based off of everything you said to me. I knew that within about 2 minutes of you talking.
Okay.
So in order to like handle it, first of all, without a few things you want to write down, you definitely need to study Cole Gordon's objection handling stuff. For example, when you hop on that call, here what you want to do is you want to say you want to have a conversation with him, and typically when people say it's a finance, it's like got it. So it's just a finance thing, right? It's not a matter of should I do this, but how do I do this? Yeah, they say yeah, and there's a whole thing you work through. I'm telling you that even that wouldn't work. I'm telling you that you have to lead with like, okay, $2,500 sounds like a lot of money. I guess like on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you feel like our process is? And he'll probably say something to like, oh, I felt like a 7 out of it. I felt on a confidence level 7. And then what you do is you go into like, okay, got it. What would it take to get you to a 10? What part of it didn't make full sense to you? So I'm just telling you like straight up, that's what it was. And I can tell some things by like you saying, for example, hey, we have this video here. And what we could do is we could tell them that we want to convey repairs instead of this. So you're not selling him the thing that he wants to be sold. So you're trying to play into something. The problem is that the way you do it is it has to already be out there. Like you have to basically use words to say like, oh, that thing that you want to sell. Yeah, this is us selling it. Instead of, oh, we can create it. No, it's already done. So what I heard there, this is market research. So from you, what I just learned right now is what you need to do. What I was asking you earlier is like you did ads for a membership or 20% off. And so now what you need to do is my mind is telling me market research is telling you that these HVAC business owners, they want to do repairs. They don't want to do installs. So perhaps what you do is you tell them, hey, here's a machine for repairs. Now, another thing you have to do high level is you have to discover that on your discovery call. So just out of curiosity, what are the different services that you're doing and what do you want to sell more of? For a lot of business owners that we're speaking to, they want to stay away from AC installs. They actually want to move more toward repair because that profit margin is a little bit higher there. Is that the case for you guys, or are you guys predominantly focused on selling something else? So you get that ammunition on the discovery call. Then whatever you provide on the sales call that's that machine. So you weren't selling him the thing that he wants to be sold. So there's a lot of uncertainty out there. In his mind, he's like, this guy doesn't have a machine that's going to help me sell the thing I want to sell.
Okay, when I gave you the script, I mentioned in the script like what service do you want to sell, and then your response was like it doesn't matter. So that's why I kind of left that out.
Yeah. So you need to, so the script that you gave me on,
For just my discovery call script.
yeah. So move,
Um,
moving forward, what you want to do is it's all about listening to what they want, right?
Okay.
Listen to what they want, listen to what they want, listen to what they want. And so I would not be surprised if you keep hearing this over and over again, but you got to do the research. You got to start having more calls on the discovery and like really learning what people want. And then you create it, you craft it before the actual sales call. What else? I do think, you said something about having, the links and all that stuff prepared for sure. Like that's what I do. Like before I hop on any sales call, I have everything dialed in so I can click and boom, send it off. That's not going to save you, but that's definitely like an etiquette thing for sure. Like there are other things that we have to solve. That wouldn't have captured the deal for you for sure. That wouldn't have captured it. Another thing, so a piece of homework that I'll give you is what I'd like you to do is did you send me your sales call script or just the discovery call script?
just a discovery call, I think.
So go watch Joel Kaplan's sales call demo and then craft together a script. And I'd like you to start using that as opposed to the free video commercial one. The reason for that is everybody, when it comes to Amon, when it comes to Riviera, when it comes to all these guys, everybody's using either my script that I shared, that 7-figure one at the bottom of the advanced sales training, like my specific one, or what they're doing is they're using Joel Kaplan stuff. And so I think I brought this up with you. I think it'd be easier. I think that's going to be.
Is Joe Kaplan the guy that's like he's got like an accent? Maybe he's like, I'm trying to think who that is.
Joel Kaplan is he's the guy that you digested.
Yeah,
on-
like the agency, the 7-figure agency.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you remind, I sent you the link to his course last week.
Okay.
So go into his sales stuff and then just study that and just use that moving forward. I think that's going to be a lot easier for you. And that's a lot, and not even that easier. It's much more specifically crafted for the kind of funnel that you have. Add to counter page to thank you page.
Okay.
Yeah. So the main thing I'm hearing is just like the big thing, the big elephant in the room is just you didn't present to him a machine that like he looked at and salivated and said, oh my God, I want this thing. If I look at, for example, like Jeremy came from another program. He wanted something. He went to that program. It wasn't what he wanted. He came and purchased 7 Days Video Marketer. He was like, this is what I want. He saw it immediately. He was like, yeah, this is exactly what I want. Same thing with Cam. When I presented a video to him, he's like, yeah, dude, this is exactly what I'm looking for. So you need to have that feeling. That's what people need to feel. When you present something, they're like, oh my God, this is what I've been looking for. That's what's going to sell people. That was the big thing, I think.
Okay.
And so moving forward, the big kind of pillars I'll give you is like really learn on the discovery call, really what they want, and then craft your sales call to provide that machine to them. That's going to help you out a lot, I think.
Okay.
Questions, comments, concerns, thoughts?
No, I think we covered it all.
Okay. In terms of your automation stuff, I'm not sure if that'll be like a quick one. I'm guessing it's going to take a little bit of time. Mason, is that going to be a quick one? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I think I think I know what you're talking about, Daniel, but I think that's a Facebook issue with Go High Level. So you have to go on live support for that. Because I watched your video and I didn't see anything wrong with it.
Okay, and then just to make
Someone
sure, I thought about this too, was like maybe it's like I don't have
So does it not pick up for both of them or just the one? Like just the one?
just the one so I don't have a funnel for that. Is that an issue? Because
No, that's not an issue at all.
yeah, okay, so it's just
That's what, yeah, that's why when I watched the video, I didn't see anything wrong with it, because you don't need a funnel inside of Go High Level for it to trigger.
Okay, yeah, that's I thought maybe that was it.
I think what you should do, what I would do if I were you, is I would go back, go into Go High Level and go to your integrations. And
Okay.
then delete it and re-add it. And then do the same thing inside of your actual automations inside Go High Level. Do those things, wait for another lead to come in, refresh it tomorrow, and if one does and you don't get it, then I jump on and Go High Level. If it does, then you kind of fix the problem yourself.
So I'm sorry, you said integrations and automations?
Yeah, so go to your settings right now. And then go to integrations. Go to Facebook forms, field mapping at the top.
And then delete, you're saying delete this?
Go to, okay, wait a second. Are you running? I might see the issue here. Okay, so are you running the two ads out of different ad accounts?
No. They're the same account.
Because that should be, you should have another
This is the same account.
Okay. And they're two different forms that you've created inside this account.
This isn't even a form. This is just goes that goes to the funnel. This one here.
Okay.
And this is the form.
Yeah, okay, so go back to Go High Level. This is what we're gonna do. Go to map fields. It's the green button. Yep. Just hit save. Okay, now go to your automations. And then go to which one that you created there. And then go to the top, the trigger. Just delete it for a second. Hit save. Save on the top right.
And then add it again.
Yeah. So I think I had Amon do this a while ago and it worked. Yep.
Okay.
And give that a shot. Go to, just really quick, go to the enrollment history, just really quickly, just to make sure that that's not the issue. There shouldn't be anything in here. Okay, yep, you're good.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else you wanted to go over, Arte?
No, I don't think I took enough time from everybody, but thank you.
Yeah, man. So I'll be, keep me updated on you getting through JK stuff. Joel Kaplan stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing a script from you on that for your sales call.
Okay.
And then the other piece of homework is just going through the objection training. And then, yeah.
And that's from Cole Gordon.
Yeah. So I'll share my screen with you.
Okay.
So this stuff right here, this is Joel Kaplan stuff, link to course, username, password. And then, so that's going to be for your sales script. Okay. So you're going to digest that to have a sales script and then present that to me. I'll have a look over that. And then for the objection training, advanced training on setting sales, and this stuff right here, objection mastery. So lesson 3, 4, and then this one. The way I like to do things, guys, is like, in my opinion, you should never have a financial objection. You should never have a partner spouse objection done correctly, guys. A lot of people, they always say financial. You don't have a financial objection. 99% of you guys have an uncertainty doubt objection. The way you get rid of a partner spouse, by the way, Rodarte, you said something along the lines of, oh, my partner's here. You got to, another thing you want to write down, you got to take care of that on the discovery call. On your discovery call, you got to confirm like, hey, partner, spouse, do you have anybody else that you have a conversation with? I do that in my Loom videos. Like, hey, anybody that's, is part of a decision needs to show up on the call. At the beginning of my sales call, I run through qualified question. Hey, do you make the decision? Do I need to talk to your wife? Oh, I have a wife, and do I need to have a conversation with her? I get people to say no. Okay, cool. I've dealt with this. Financial rejection. I handled that on my Loom video. Hey, don't show up to the call if you can't afford $50 per day. At the beginning of my sales call, hey, just quick qualifying question. Are you gonna be able to spend $1,500 a month on paid ads? If not, I can't help you, and we might as well end the call. No, I can do it. Okay, got it. So I already know I don't have this objection. I already know I don't have this objection. If I get to the end of my sales call and if I have either one of these, they're full of crap.
So
And so-
I've been doing that with, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, as far as like the financials, I asked them like, is $30 a day something you can afford on ads? And like more often than not, like, yeah, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Once I've heard like, and then I already know like, okay, they're already. So then I've had the discovery call and then the discovery call asked $30 a day. They said nope, or like rather like, maybe, I think so, maybe. Then I had the sales call and it's been like, no, something we can't do. So I already kind of know.
Yeah. So, for me, and I would say that's the smart move. It's probably not the best use of your time to move forward. At the very beginning stages, like for example, where you're at Rodarte, I would still move them forward just to get the rep in.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, I mean, for me, when I ask somebody, do you have access to $50 per day on ads? And if they flinch, then I know it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. But even if they say $50 per day, most people that are joining our program, man, they're financing it. They're putting on a credit card, they're taking a business line credit, they're doing something. They're not usually paying cash. Most people that join us. And I would say most people at the agency game, like you're just focusing on like how much cash does somebody have? And you got to get really good at getting people to finance it. And so in my opinion, if you do the uncertainty doubt thing where like you really sold them like, hey, this is going to be your savior. This is the thing you got to do. If they truly, truly believe in it, dude, they're going to put on a credit card. And if people are just looking at how much they have in their savings, how much they have in their checking to make a decision, it means you haven't done a good enough job here, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I can tell you based off my own data, 9 out of 10 people are financing their decision with us, whether they have the cash or not. But for me, when I ask $50 per day, I'm kind of getting an idea of like how scared they are to spend money, how willing they are to spend money. So yeah, you pretty much want to get rid of these right away. And then your entire sales presentation just focusing on making them believe that you can actually help them. So anyways, this is your objection stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Bertie, if you want to hang out, cool. We'll circle back. If not, we'll see you.
I have a discovery call soon, so I'm gonna prepare for that. But I'll see you guys next time.
Cool. Sounds good, man.
Later.
Arno, I think you're next.
Yeah. Yep.
How are things going?
All right.
Why all
Busy.
right? Why
Yeah.
why not fantastic? Why not fabulous?
Yeah, I listened to your messages uh,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
about the Dutch version of the funnel that you said that I only needed to change the wording uh, on the ads and the pages. But once I had that set up, the messages show up with an American phone number. So I actually did have to change all that and the automations and the emails. So I spent most of my Saturday night doing that.
Um,
But yeah, I have two different funnels now.
so I don't what I meant, and maybe we're on the same page. I just want to verify. So if I come in here and I click on quick duplicate current ad setup, and let's say I was going to Netherlands, what I would do is I would come into my location and I would just say Netherlands.
Yeah, for the ads, it was pretty easy to just change it. But
Yeah.
the funnel that
And then here I would come in, and did you come in here and change the language here as well?
that was already set for English. So
Okay. So, and so you changed Netherlands and then you changed English at the ad set level. Yes?
Yeah, that was already set for English, so I didn't have to change anything there.
Okay. So then, sorry, I just want to make sure we're crossing our T's down our. So what all did you have to change then?
Uh, the ad I didn't have to change that much. It was in Go High Level where I had to change everything pretty much because
Hmm.
uh, it would automatically send the emails and that had an American phone number in it. So it needed a Dutch phone number in there. And I couldn't separate those because if I change one, then it'll mix up with the ones that I target on Michigan. So I actually did have to just make everything separate.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. Um, I mean, you could have used the English phone number as well. I mean, I understand your logic of like Michigan location. Um, yeah.
I don't think people are gonna answer their phone.
So did you get that launch or is that not launched yet?
That's launched now, yeah. Uh, the ads
When
have
did
been
you?
running for a day now, I think.
Okay. And how much have you spent so far on the new Dutch stuff?
Um, about 20 yeah, euros, $20. It's
Okay.
about equivalent. Yeah.
And how many clicks and leads have you gotten so far?
From the Dutch one, I have 2 leads. Uh, from the Michigan one, about 18.
So, okay. So the Michigan one, how much have you spent?
About $200.
So 200 bucks, 18 leads. So it's about, so both cases you're getting basically the same, about $10 per lead, right? So balls in your court in terms of what you want to do, Arnold. Like I said, like I was pretty confident that if you just ran it in Netherlands, you'd have the exact same results. So it's up to you, like what's kind of brewing in your head in terms of what you want to do. My suggestion, like I said, is like if you just felt more comfortable, just leave it in the Netherlands.
Uh, I see now where the Dutch one hasn't been running that long, but the clicks per lead seem a lot cheaper. But 'cause, on the Dutch one, it's 48 cents, and the Michigan one, the feed is 146, and the story is 126.
Yep, it's because of your CPM. Your CPMs should be much lower in the Netherlands. It's going to be a lot cheaper there to run ads.
So yeah, on one side, I think yeah, it'd be maybe a lot easier and cheaper to do the Dutch one, but on the other hand, yeah, the market is probably a lot bigger in Michigan.
Yeah.
Or like I said, I might want to switch that up for the time zones and run it in California. But yeah.
What I would, I mean, like you said, it's too early to tell right now for sure. But in my experience, like if you are running ads and you see results very fast, it's typically because it's going to continue to work. Usually, if you run ads and it doesn't work right away, it takes a little bit of time, it's probably not going to work, in my experience. So my theory is that because you spent 20 bucks out over there and you already got 2 leads, they're gonna keep coming in for about 10 bucks a pop. That's what's most likely going to happen. At that point, you can make the decision in terms of what you want to do, whether you want to run just in the Netherlands or you want to run in the United States too. If you want to, like you said, do more video work, right? Be more out in the field and all that stuff, obviously it's going to be the Netherlands for you. Um, and what else? Time zone and all that stuff that you mentioned, being able to follow up,
Yeah.
that's easier for you out in the Netherlands, easier for communication, being able to talk to people and break that ice and have similar things to talk about. Um, and then also the thing you mentioned in terms of the market, I promise you the market's big enough. If your concern is the market is not big enough, I promise you it's more than big enough. And then if you just run the Netherlands, there's multiple six figures just there a year, guaranteed. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And so right now you've got 18, 19, 20 leads, which tells me that you should probably have 2 qualified leads at this point. Have you come to find that to be true or no? Not yet.
Um, Not yet. No, there was one that had a yoga studio
That
that
one's
I
qualified.
what?
That one would be qualified. What did you say the revenue was? Like it was like 70,000, 90,000 or something like that a month?
Oh no, that was the hair salon.
That
But
one, yeah.
they actually never. got back to me. Uh, the yoga studio came in today, and I actually spent all day playing phone tag, and I finally got him on the phone 5 minutes before this call, and yeah, it went horrible. So, uh, he fired off all these questions right away, and yeah, he uh, when we did
The role
uh,
play.
our role play last week, you said, "Oh yeah, people don't ask about the free video." That's the first thing he said when I asked him why he applied for the free video. He's like, "Yeah, because it said free video." I'm like, "Okay, great start."
Yeah, no, it's okay if they say that. Usually people have more shame than saying that. Well, here's what I'll say. It's not that they what I'll say is that they have more shame than just leading with like, oh, I'm just here for a free video. They'll say like, oh, the free video sounded very good to me, but then they'll let you talk and kind of hear what you have to say and stuff like that. They're not going to be like a complete freebie seeker. So it's okay if somebody says like, oh, I'm here for, I saw the offer, it sounded like a great offer. That's okay to hear. It just depends on the way that they say it. I don't know if I make any sense. I know it sounds like a lot of woo-woo. You can tell by somebody's energy if they're a freebie seeker or not, usually a few minutes into the conversation.
Yeah, when we went on talking, it kind of seemed like he was looking for someone to make more videos because he was working with someone else before, and he wanted all these he had all these plans for videos. But yeah, then I tried to steer it back to my conversation, and yeah, then he's like, "Oh yeah, so are you in Grand Rapids?" He's like, "Oh, I know." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, well yeah," and then the conversation just got to a halt very quickly, and it just hung up the phone. So.
Yeah. So with this guy, how much like what was the revenue? Do you remember what his revenue was?
He didn't actually fill out the application form, so I have no idea because we never got to that. So
So the main thing I just wanted to like just establish is that like your numbers in terms of like we have to definitely work on discovery call. We definitely have to work on sales. I can have a look at that discovery call really quickly. I typically don't like to review until you're like 5, 6 discovery calls in. But I can quickly skim it. Um, but what I wanted to just verify with you is, hey, we're getting leads for about $10 and you should have 2 pretty qualified leads. And my definition of a qualified lead, by the way, is they've got the money, they're not scared to spend the money, and they're looking for marketing advertising. So typically 1 out of 10 of those people. Not that you're going to close one out of, every single one of those. You're close maybe 1 out of 10 of those or 1 out of 20 of those kinds of people. I'm sorry, 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10 of those qualified individuals is what you should close once you're ramped up in sales and you're pretty good at talking to these people through this funnel. So I just wanted to establish that, make sure that you felt like the numbers were good for yourself. And what I'm seeing, the numbers are good. Um, that being said, what do you feel like we can work on our call today? Like, do you want to maybe pull up that call or what do you think we could work on today?
I don't actually have it recorded because I'm calling with open phone, which is not connected to Go High Level. So I don't know how to record that.
Okay. So for the future, what you want to do is, so you're using like your phone to call?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you would do is you would just take your phone, put in their number, ring it, put it on speaker, and then also, can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
Okay. So actually what you do, the first thing you do is you come in here, start recording, then you pull it up, call them, put on speaker. This way I can hear them through the Loom video. So you're
Okay.
recording. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how you're going to do your discovery calls typically when you're calling from your phone, and then through the Zoom videos, it's different. But okay, so we'll do that for the future. But yeah, what did you want to work on? What do you feel like I can help you with today?
My biggest issue right now is just the finding the time to call people. I get notifications that they've filled out an application or just uh, went through the opt-in form. But yeah, I'm either at work or during the day I'm with my son. I can't call. So it's normally hours later or even a day later before I can actually hop on a phone call. And by the time that I call them, they either don't answer or yeah, like today, we were just playing phone tag. He sent me a message, sent a message back, and finally got on the call. But yeah, that took 5, 6 hours. So
Um, so what I would say is that in terms of like playing phone tag, like texting somebody going back and forth and it taking some time, like that's okay. And so if you have like 5 different people you're playing phone tag with, and you're doing that throughout the day, like that's actually normal. So that's normal. If somebody gets to you right away, awesome, perfect. But don't like it's very normal for you to be playing phone tag with a few different people. If I look at my DMs, I'm playing phone tag with a few different people, waiting for them to get back and forth. So that's fine, that's normal. Um, in terms, do you feel like if you were to do things in the Netherlands only and not the United States, do you think that would help or would not help?
Uh, I think it's actually easier to get in touch with people in the States because of the time difference. Because at night it is quiet around the house and I have the time to do it, but the businesses are closed. So it'd be very strange for me to call someone 9 p.m. to talk about their free video.
Um, so when somebody opts in, um, so let's say somebody opts in, you get a notification, you cannot follow with them. What's kind of the first thing that you're doing? You're kind of like looking at it, okay, I can't do anything. And then you get home, and then what are you typically doing? You're calling them. What are you typically doing?
Um, yeah, normally because I work nights, so by the time I get home, it's past business hours in Michigan as well. Because I get home at 4 in the morning, 4 in the morning. And then I have to wait till the next day, which, yeah, with the time difference, it is at least 24 hours later.
Remind me what the notification, it's been so long, and Mason's the one that set this up, but what is the automation that goes out once somebody opts in? Are you sending them a message saying, hey, congratulations on the applying for the free video commercial? Like, what's the automated message that goes out?
Yeah, it reminds them to um, fill in the application form, and then after
Within a
yeah,
certain time period, if they don't fill out the application form on the free video commercial funnel, then
Yeah.
it's automatically going to send them a message.
yeah, but
Okay.
the text messages on my thing don't work yet. So
Oh, okay. So your A2P is not okay.
It should send an email, or you can make it send an email.
Okay. Because the solution that's coming to my mind for you, Arno, is when somebody opts in, then you can tweak up your messaging, your automation to just be like, hey, congratulations on applying for the free video commercial. Just saw that you came through. What's a good time for us to chat? And just get a conversation started with them. And then you're just texting throughout the day. Again, it'll take a few hours, go back and forth, and they'll tell you like, oh, I'm available at this time. Got it. Can I actually do this time with you? Would you be available at this time? And they respond, and then you have a conversation with them at that time. That's a solution I could see potentially being a workaround for you.
yeah, because texting would work a lot easier. I can do that during the day or at work. So yeah.
Also, like,
Can you do
call-
that?
can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think it's super important to, I know this is kind of obvious, but like, don't just call them once and, kind of throw in the towel, right? It's like, I call them all the time, literally every day for 5 days. And if they don't answer, like, fine, like, whatever. But like, I call people 5 times. Like, if I'm paying for someone's name, email, phone number, like, best believe I'm gonna follow up until I read their obituary.
Yeah. So Arnold, your problem is that you just cannot call, yeah? Your problem is like you can't, okay, but you can text. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you're saying that your A2P has not been verified yet. Is that what
No.
you're saying? Okay.
Not on my Go High Level account. It has been on my Open Phone account, which is on my phone.
So
So I can
can you set things up where when somebody does opt in, you receive a message say, hey, somebody just opted in, you have their phone number, and then you could just copy and paste and text something over. Can you do that?
yeah.
Let's do that. Let's give that a shot. Right. So from now on, for this week, let's do that. So somebody opts in, you get this, and what I like to do is um like I have some of these things set up where wherever I am, I just copy and paste things over depending on what funnel they're in, where they're at. So you can do something similar.
Okay, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we can give that a shot. See how that goes.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's give that a shot. Let's see how that goes this week. Um, what else are you dealing with? Do you feel like that we can discuss?
That's pretty much it for now, I think.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about that call. The one that happened. Let's try to, can you maybe try to replay it for me? The best of your memory. Like he by the way, was that your first discovery call or have you done a few of these?
No, that was the first one because the other ones didn't answer or didn't get back to me. So,
Okay. And then as Mason said, are you doing double dials or no?
yeah.
Okay, so you are doing double dials. If they don't, you leave a voicemail and shoot them a text, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And most likely they're just dying because it's getting too cold. It's the time delay, they're getting cold, right? Okay. Um, what was I gonna say? Okay, yeah, so that was your first one. That's fine, that's okay. Um, we definitely, yeah, we definitely have to get better about that, Arno. And this is from a place of just like love, man. Is like I don't want to see you blow through a bunch of money and not be speaking to people. Like $200 is a lot of money for one discovery call. It's a lot of money, man. Um, it's not like you already spent 220 bucks. I mean, I'd like to see you spend like 50 bucks to have a call with somebody. Like 30 bucks to 50 bucks. I think that's reasonable, but 200 bucks is a lot of money, man. So hopefully, you know, the change that we're going to make this week in terms of texting them, hopefully that really cheapens the cost per discovery call that you're going to have. But anyways, yeah, I feel like, you know, if you want to maybe walk me through a little bit of the conversation, maybe there's some insight there, maybe there's something I'll pick up on and kind of give some feedback on.
Uh, yeah, the biggest problem was just pretty much because also because of the phone tag, we kind of got into it kind of jokingly that we finally got a hold of each other. And yeah, so and he went off, okay, yeah, so tell me a little bit about what you do with the videos. So yeah, and I try to
Okay,
steer it
so
back to well, just want to see if yeah, we're a good fit and have some questions for you to yeah to see if that works out. And yeah, I don't know if it was the connection maybe that there was a time delay or something, but it felt like he kept on interrupting me every time I was talking, and yeah, that just steered away from my conversation constantly, and yeah.
so you texting back and forth, you rang him, and then you start with like, hey, is this so and so? Is this a good time? Did you start with something like that?
No, no, because he called me.
Oh, like he called you, and then what was the first thing that he said? Is the first thing he said like, "Hey, this is so and so. Tell me more about the free video and how that works." Like, what was this opening line?
Uh, yeah, I think it was my he just said, "Oh, it's Chris." I'm like, "Oh, hey, so I know that we finally get a hold of each other." And he's like, "Oh, yeah." Um, and I think he went straight into yeah. So tell me a little bit about what you do with your videos.
Hmm. Okay. Um, yeah. So I definitely like, you know, tinfoil hat theory. I definitely think like when you call somebody versus somebody calls you, there is like a shift in the power dynamic for sure. Because when you call somebody, you can set that conversation and kind of set the frame right from the get-go. So it sounds like he took the frame, and then from there, it sounds like you said, "Oh, definitely like to have a conversation with you. I just have a few questions first." And then from there, what did he say? Do you remember?
Um, no, not really.
No worries. Okay. Um, yeah, so I think the best thing that we can do, I think, is just like, you know, the next time you record one, just let
Yeah.
me know. And I'll kind of skim through it to see if I see any red flags, give you some feedback. And I think that can maybe help. Um, anything else that you feel like we could go over on our call today?
No, I think I'm good. Yeah.
How are you feeling overall? Like seeing like is there anything I can do? Is there anything we can do to give you more support or like how are you feeling overall about it? I know again it's a little bit frustrating with the time difference. I'm just wondering what we can do. How can we help you? How can we serve you? How can we make this easier for you? Is kind of what I'm getting at.
Um, I don't know. I just need to get better at the calls, I guess. I need to practice that, and I want to back to uh the video in the list that you have to watch after you set up the ads, where you talk about mindset. Just yeah, to go over that again, because yeah, seeing the kind of people that that react, I thought, okay, yeah, I had a lot of objections for the businesses that, so I thought, okay, I'll have to watch that video again. So I watched that tonight, just yeah, to kind of make that switch. But,
I I'll be very honest and transparent with you, Arnold. I know you kind of came in and you were of the mindset like, hey, let me just do the six figures in 6 weeks and we'll just kind of see what happens there. I have an evil plan, and my evil plan has been to treat you like everybody else and just have you close somebody so that you can just see how it all works and then niche down. Like that's kind of where my mind has been. And you're gonna have like when you do close, then you'll be able to make the decision from there. And what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to push you there as fast as I can. That's my evil genius plan. Um, and the reason for it, like, do you know why I might be thinking that way?
yeah, because I've come to realize myself that it's a lot easier if you niche down, because yeah, you'll only get those kind of businesses that you want to react to the ads and weed out the people that yeah, you can't do anything for or don't want to work with.
Uh, the reason is that you're gonna have the moment you do close, you're gonna have an issue, not an issue or a problem that's gonna arise is like, okay, Kushik, now what do I do?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen over and over and over again. Every single new client. And so yeah, just full transparency. I'm just trying to get you to push forward and close as fast as possible to kind of maybe have some things rewire or get you to think like, hey, this is what I want to do in a niche down way. Because I think that will serve you. Um, but it's just baby steps. If you again just want to stick with this, of course, like I will support you through that as well. I can already anticipate that that's gonna be the biggest bottleneck for you with this funnel. Just based off what I've seen. Um, okay. Anything else that you wanted to go over, Arno?
No, I'll give someone else a turn.
Well, if you have more questions, let us know. And let me, keep me posted this week and let me know if that little texting tweak that we make will makes a difference for you. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Yep. Okay. Mr. Jeremy Wood.
Yes. How are you guys?
Doing well. How are you?
Hello.
Good. Especially after I kind of got some stuff straightened out with what I was doing. I had watched your onboarding video and what I was supposed to do, and uh, I I think I just had been kind of confused on a couple things, but I think I got it straightened out. My question, Mason sent me a video to watch here. I was having a little trouble with Go High Level on this integrating Zoom with it. My question for you on the funnel, which I sent over the link that I got it published to. Obviously, when you do that, all the videos, like you want the free video commercial and then the 4 example videos down below, I am to leave those as they are. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's where I was getting confused, because I was thinking I gotta, people are gonna see this and they're gonna see my face, they're gonna see your face and then talk to me and be like, what happened here? And then, in that video, you talk about having a red camera and all that stuff. And, when I show up with the Blackmagic Pro 6K, they're going to be like, where's your red camera there, buddy? So, I've told you before that integrity is very important to me. And if I'm honest with you, that's the only thing that makes me feel a little uncomfortable is showing videos that are not mine and having you essentially doing sales for me and saying, here's what I've done. I've got a video on Netflix. I've worked with Shark Tank, and I've done none of those things. So maybe they won't care. Maybe that's what you'll tell me. But that was the only thing because I was looking to replace your videos and the 4 videos below. And that's what I was telling you in that script. I've written my script out, and I wrote down a list. Let me just call these companies back that I've done some videos for and ask them, what did that video do for you? And that way I could replace the numbers, and that would have made me feel more comfortable. But I want to go with the way you've done it. I don't want to break the rules. So that was that. Once I get the Zoom thing figured out, I was all the way down to understanding the importance of automations. That's where I'm at in the video right now. But I stopped when I couldn't, for whatever reason, this how to connect your Zoom to your high-level calendars with Adam McInnes. I can't find, there's a button there, and then even Mason's, it looks like maybe I've done something wrong, or I've got a different version of Go High Level, but Mason sent me the video, so I'll watch that when we're done and see how to fix that. But I guess as to where I'm at now, I'm feeling good about everything, got the thing published. I just wanted to ask your thoughts on those videos and having your face and all that, especially, I mean, I'm not like some sort of celebrity or anything. I don't want you to not think that. It's just, I'm very mindful of being in a Kansas City community, representing myself well and not getting negative ads about, oh, well, this guy's advertising this way, but then this guy shows up and doesn't use the equipment he's telling you that's in the video. And, that makes me nervous. So,
Yeah. So a few things. The way you feel, multiple people have felt the same way. And I've come to find the exact same thing happens with everybody at the end of it, which is when you hop on that discovery call and you hop on that sales call, they won't even ask you about it. They won't even ask you about it. And in the event that they do ask you about it, you say, hey, he's the face of the business. I'm the guy that runs the business behind the scenes.
that was the thing that I was like, I'm an affiliate of his. I was trying to work out ways to make it make sense. Like, look, this guy's national. I'm the Kansas City guy for him. So.
It won't even get there. I promise you. It won't even get there. The next thing to understand is that you remember, it's a scrimmage, right? It's a scrimmage.
Yeah.
It doesn't count. It's not part of the season. It doesn't count as your official record. I'll tell you right now, the idea is just the training wheels. And then at the end of it, you might say, the heck with these guys. I don't even want to shoot this video. I'll tell you, Cam, for example, I think Cam collected like $2,500, closed his first deal in like 5 days, and he just gave him a refund because he wanted to move on to the next thing. And that's where the real game starts. So the idea behind this is, I understand integrity is important to you, but I want you to imagine it's like you're just playing a game and you just learn how to play the game. And then imagine you're just going to give them a refund back. So there's not an integrity issue. Imagine you're thinking like you're going to give a refund if they even bring it up, which again, they won't. So you're going to get to the end of the finish line, and one of two things is going to happen. You're either going to close a deal with somebody that wants to work with you, that you want to work with, that a red camera or nothing's going to be an issue because they're going to love you for you. Or two, you're going to say, hey, look, I got to the finish line. I learned how all this stuff works. Awesome. Let me go and give them a refund, and then I'm going to go niche down. It's going to be one of those two things that happens every single time with every single person without fail. So I understand that what you mean in terms of integrity stuff, but like that stuff comes in down the road. So what do we do down the road? Down the road, when it comes to niche, yes, it is your face. Yes, it is your script. Yes, all that integrity stuff. And that's why we build all some tailored for you. But for now, it's just kind of like you're hopping in a car and you're learning how to drive. It's not your car, it's just for you to learn how this stuff works.
I think at this point, it wasn't that I was you were saying generally 3 to 5 days people are launched. Well, it's because I was back there brainstorming of how I was going to do this. But, as soon as I was at lunch when you said, I saw your message come in with the no, I was like, oh, crap, I'm doing this wrong. So I got back here and started rewatching the videos and, technically speaking, I'm pretty good. So I think I'll be able to launch this stuff fairly quickly this week and hopefully had some ads running. And but as to where I'm at now, that was the only 2 questions I had, was about making sure I was doing this with integrity. And the second thing is trying to figure out why my high go level doesn't have the button that's in all the videos for some reason. So, and then if there are more questions that pop up once I get into the automations, And yeah, so that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah, yes,
I'm not worried.
understanding the importance of automations. So that's where I'm at. The rest, as I go through this, I think I'll be okay.
So I'm not worried about the automations or any of that stuff. I know that's probably a concern of yours to set up right now. That's not top of mind for me because I know Mason can help you get that set up real fast. My
Yeah,
big
I just mean I don't have any questions beyond because I haven't gone any further. The only two questions that I had in the process so far was the two I asked.
Yeah. So my big thing with you, Jeremy, and this is like I'm not a psychic, but I've done this enough times where I have a pretty good pulse on it. And so if you remember, I wrote something down for you, which is this: you'll never be asked to do anything that will hurt anyone, but you may be caught
Right.
so I'm literally going through something with you that I foresaw a week ago.
Yeah.
Bring out ballpark numbers, closing and onboarding. You're like this, it's important to understand that you're not hurting anybody, but you are going to be, it's part of sales. You got to go through it. You're going to be saying some
Yeah.
things, it's not true to you, but it's important to understand. Please trust me. I tell you, your reputation's on the line. Nobody in Kansas City is going to see this and say anything bad about you. Nobody's going to remember. You're running for 14 days. You're going to get some practice in. You're going to be done with it. It's not going to affect anything in Kansas. I promise you, I promise you, by hand to God. But you got to go through it. You got to practice it. You got to kind of
Yeah.
put that there's
Well,
no.
and I think I started kind of, like I said, when I started working through my mind how I would talk to somebody if somebody brought that up. Because, like what Arno said, is, just as soon as you say, well, this won't happen, it seems to happen. I'm kind of bit with that bug. So I had already started working out how I was going to talk about it. Like, these numbers are legitimate, these videos are legitimate. That is the system I'm using. I am a part of this program. So maybe I'm not filming with the camera that did Galaxy Guardians of the Galaxy, but you're still going to get what we're talking about here. So yeah, and if they don't want to film with my camera, then I'll move on. But I'd already come to terms with that. But yes, I knew what you were going to get me on with that. So
And this will, I just bring this up because this will continue happening, I think, until it
it
stops.
probably will until I feel like my feet are on the rock. Yeah.
MJ is very similar to you. You see him cracking up. He was cracking up the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I heard him talking about Christian content last week. MJ, I'm a believer, and that is just everything goes through that lens, man. Everything I think of is I'm representing Christ, and I want to do everything with integrity. I don't want anything to come back bad on him because I feel like he's brought me to this group, brought me my business as far as he has. I just want to do it all right. So yeah, like I said, I was working through how I could do it, and it's still truthful. It's still honest. It's still within an integrity. So I'm past. I know this. You and I will probably you'll have to remind me of this a time or two going further down the road. But at this moment, I feel good with where I'm at. And
MJ, do you maybe have some, because you've been through the whole thing, song and dance, you had the maybe cognitive dissonance and you had to get over it. Do you have maybe some words of wisdom for Jeremy? And like, do you feel like we're hurting people, not hurting? Do you feel like it's entire? Do you feel like it's part of the learning process? Is there any words of wisdom you can share with Jeremy? Because I think, you guys are very similar in some of your ideologies and what you guys believe.
Yeah, for sure. So I think where your head is at is right in like finding your balance around how you're wording some of those things as well. Because I think that was sort of like the same thing that I also went through too. And so I just had to find my wordings around things. So it wasn't, coming off as if I was, lying about something and, stuff like that. So, but yeah, like I think that at the end of the day, like the more like he said, like the more that you would do it, like the more that you would, gain more and more and more experience in the doing of what of the task and the things that are at hand. But yeah, like I think just finding that wording like you're trying to do right now will definitely help. I think for me, that's essentially what I did too, just trying to find my wordings around things and make sure that I'm doing it the right way as well. So I completely understand you for sure. But yeah, I mean, if you have any questions at all, at any point or any stage so far, like just feel free to give me a shout and I'll probably share
well,
whatever it is that I had done, during that time too as well. And provide any feedback so that I can. So
I
nice
appreciate
to have
it.
you on. Yeah, so
Yeah.
welcome.
I do have one quick more technical question for you, Coach Eek. And I don't know if you need me to share my screen, but if it's okay with you, I will real fast here if I can. Well, it's not showing what my screens are, so I don't know which one I should show you. Here we go. So are you able to, it's not, I just got this computer and it's not letting me. So anyway, on the free video opt-in form, and Mason may be the better person to ask about this, but I created it. And in his tutorial video, when you bring over the little checkbox that says, I agree to the terms and conditions provided by the company, by providing my phone number, I agree to receive blah, blah, blah. So I noticed in his video, the terms and conditions was hyperlinked. When I brought the TNC box over into creating the form here, it is not hyperlinked. Is there a hyperlink that needs to go to in the funnel? Is there some sort, or is it okay to not have it? Because what I was thinking is his must be linked into something that is, actual terms and conditions they can read. But I don't see that in this box. When I brought it over, the link isn't there. So do I need to hyperlink that to something?
We didn't build a terms of service page, but I'll let Mason speak on it. Mason, does he need to hyperlink it? Or he can just probably leave it the way it is for this funnel.
He has a message on here, says he went to the bathroom and be right back.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm even getting this question. So you don't need to have it. If you need we have a page built out for you.
Okay, I'll just send it over to him just in case and make sure I'm not leaving something off. I just couldn't find it in the actual funnel. So I was wondering if he had something else or if he would say, just create your own or whatever. So, but yeah, that was it. I just need to figure out the Zoom integration, the calendar creation, and I just wanted to make sure I was doing it right with not putting any of my stuff in that page. So,
yep.
All
Cool.
good.
All good. Anything else that you wanted to go over that is top of mind by any chance? Anything else? Going once, going twice?
No, sorry I messed it up and was taking longer, but I was very distracted last week. I had to film I've made political ads, but yesterday was like a real political ad. The kinds of political ads I've made before were like people running for school board. But yesterday I was filming all day long with the lady running for basically Jackson County is where Kansas City, Missouri is. She's the prosecuting attorney. So it was a tough, long day and a big job. So I was very distracted with that last week, writing scripts and renting equipment, and that's probably where I got in my head, well, I got to have my own face on this stuff, and just started going down that path. But anyway, I feel good. Like I told you, I'm trying to move as quickly as I can, and feel good about it. I cannot wait to have the first person to try and do the sales script with and go through it. And I'm very excited for that moment. So I'm trying to get there as quick as I can.
Good. Yeah, I think you'll probably get it launched, probably Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest. And then, you heard Arno, the leads coming really fast. So, this time next week, I think you should probably have at least 1 or 2 discovery calls, maybe even a sales call by this time next week. And we can delve deeper into that. So
yeah, if I have any questions or anything pop up, I'll just shoot you a message or and you do want, if I do have some calls, you do want those recorded through Loom, I'm guessing?
All of them.
Okay.
Please.
I just want to make sure I remember. I may forget it a time or two, but I'll do my best to remember.
Yeah. You want to record.
All right, that's it.
You want to record all of them and then put them within your Excel sheet so that I can review them. And again, heads up, I typically don't review the very first one. It's typically going to be like your 5th discovery call and your 2nd or 3rd sales call, because by then you've gotten enough reps in. It's always, a crap shot, when it comes to the first one, but then by the 2nd, 3rd, you guys start feeling more comfortable in my experience. So
yeah, I think that's the part I'm ready. I wish I was doing that tomorrow. So, but anyway, I think I'm free and clear this week. I've just got a lot of editing to do. So the way I've got it planned out in my day is 4 or 5 hours of the regular work, 4 or 5 hours of this. Just keep splitting the days up, and I'm ready for that Ricky Bobby money.
Let's go. Okay. All right, Jeremy.
All right.
Well, we'll circle back if you have more questions. Okay.
I'm gonna hop off of here because everybody's enjoying their Labor Day. I'm going to go get with them. So
good.
thank you guys. I really appreciate you. Thanks, Coach Eek, and tell Mason, I hope he got it all out okay. Because he's still not back. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
All right, who do we got next? Mr. Cameron.
Yeah, so I have like 5 minutes and then I gotta go. But so I have leads. I got 2 leads. And this one guy has rescheduled like 3 times. So I think I'm gonna take the reschedule button off of the email that he gets sent as confirmation when he schedules a call. Is that something that you think would be a good move?
What makes you want to take it off? I personally don't think it's a good move, but
Well, I think right now where I'm at is I don't know how to even handle these calls. So I'm worried about stuff that's completely fine once I actually know what to do when I'm on the call. Like right now, I'm in the middle of the move, so I haven't even had time to sit down and watch the sales videos. Like my office over there at my girlfriend's place is literally just like a hoarder's house with like my tower on a table. So it's like my life's pretty crazy right now, so I can't really study up, but I think I need to find time to study up and learn what to do and handle these calls. And those videos that you kind of told me to go to, that's pretty much what I got to do, right? And you kind of gave me steps in order. That's what I should do, and I should be okay. I just haven't done it yet, but if I follow those steps, I should be fine for these upcoming calls. You think?
well, yeah. So again, you can go through that material, send me the scripts so I can kind of see what you're gonna say. I'll give you
Right.
some, and then it's just about like throwing against the wall. Like you saw me with Rodarte. He comes
Right.
back, he conversation comes back to me. I'm like, and I point stuff out. Here's what
Right.
you need to. And we're just gonna keep doing that over and over, and then we'll get to a place where it's time for me to review a call, and then
Right.
from there, give you more specific advice. So step one, go through the material. Step two, get me some scripts. I'll review them. Step three, I'll send that over to you. Step four, you go and test it out. Five, we go back and forth, and then down the road, step six is going to be me reviewing a call.
Yeah, sounds good. And I haven't even touched my KPI sheets, which I'm sure Mason would still want to fly over here and beat my butt for, but I'll get on top of that and then I will send those over to you because you wanted to look at those. I'm still not exactly clear on how to do it, but I'll go back to the videos and figure that out.
They're pretty simple.
KPI and then KPI sheets, figure out my script. Is there a way to nurture these leads? Because I still haven't touched them. They've
Yeah.
booked, but I haven't done anything, so I haven't had any guidance. But I'll find that probably in the videos that I should watch.
Yeah, so real quick, and that's why I was saying is like, if I were you, dude, I would not recommend getting rid of the reschedule, because if you get rid of the reschedule, then you just lose the lead completely.
Right.
Your job right now is to get as many. If you're moving out, dude, and you got to take the call on your drive, at least you get the rep in, man. And with your sales skill, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be okay. I trust you. I believe in you.
Right.
So I would not get rid of that right now. Your job is to maximize that. And another thing is, yeah, when somebody becomes a lead, it's important that you text them or something, right? So you want to text them. So somebody opts in. I don't know much about the air duct business. Do they have a website? Do they not have a website? Do they have an Instagram? What is their primary method of like having conversations? I don't know. But you can, like, for Aman, for example, what he says when somebody opts in, he says, hey, just saw that you opt in. Can I get a link to your website? Why? Because all these business owners have a website. They say yes to him. They give him the website, and then he looks it over. And he says something to him really quick, like, "Oh, awesome! I saw this. Also, I know you scheduled your call out for Tuesday at this time. I'm actually available for the next 30 minutes. Did you want to maybe hop on right now, or did you prefer Tuesday?" So you have
Gotcha.
to have that text before the discovery call. So the 2 leads that you had, if you haven't had a conversation, that's no bueno. You got to talk to them, keep them warm, or else they're not going to show up to the discovery call. I promise you. So
Right.
they opt in. You got to nurture them before the discovery call. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll just take care of that. I got some work to do.
Cool. Other questions?
No, I don't think so.
Cool, man. Well, you're doing
Oh,
fantastic.
yeah. Yeah, one more time. I sent you all of my ads. So I finished the ads. Is there any plan for them? And for the confirmation page video on the Trello steps, it says if you have 2, then we change gears and then you can start putting all your time into confirmation. Is that still a green light, or are things changed a little bit?
So as of right now, man, like most people are not going to watch the confirmation page video. And I don't right now, if you have time, go and create that. If you have time, go and create that video. If you have time. Right now, in terms of your ads, dude, like if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So what we'll do down the road is maybe we'll plug in some of those ads, but like it's not even worth it right now because your results are like fantastic. So for you, the best use of your time right now, if you're asking me like, Kushi, what's the best use of my time? The best use of your time is to do what I just mentioned. It's all that sales stuff. And then if you have any additional time, go ahead and recreate that video for the confirmation page if you have additional time. But even that's not the highest leverage activity. It's the sales stuff. That's the highest leverage activity at this point.
Yeah. And then one last question. In terms of getting a software where I can kind of find all the actual real data for my KPI sheets, because there's one called like Hyro or something. Do you know what I'm talking about? Is that necessary where I'm at, or just fill out what I can fill out and keep on tracking to the important stuff?
Don't worry about that right now. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, cool. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, man. We'll see you next week then, okay?
Yeah, sweet.
Peace. Who else do we got? Mr. Riviera. How are things going, man?
Hey, Goshik, everybody. How's it going? Yeah, just kind of just want to go general update. Getting more leads. Some of them I have updated my as you can see there, just updated it. So yeah, I just felt like that cost per discovery call has kind of shot up. I mean, I'm getting leads and clicks. It's just, I'm getting a lot of not any more fakes. I get real business, some fakes, but I get real dentist time for time. But like now I'm kind of getting a mix of some fake ones and then some real business owners, like whether it be HVAC or some other business owners, coming through the funnel there. I just had an HVAC guy book in my calendar for a call tomorrow, and I thought that was weird, but so it's just one of those things I get in my head. I'm like, should I duplicate ad set? I've done it in the past, and sometimes what happens is like I don't really get anything. So it's like I don't want to mess up what's working, even though it's technically not working, just for the simple fact that sometimes, I can change something and you know, um okay, that's probably good to put in for sure. But yeah, I think I don't know. I get kind of in my head on what to do. I showed you the last ads, like I showed you a kind of example, the hooks. Those are working better than my old ads were. I did try the whole change it up from just like go to hook to immediately the testimonial versus me doing that hook. And then I kind of say, and if we find out, that we're the right fit, we're simply gonna, or where I do kind of a call to action, right? So I took that out, gutted it. Didn't work too well. So I went back to kind of the original just hook, and then the kind of call to action goes to a video. But yeah, I'm just curious, like, like when you get hit with all these leads that are just kind of fake or other business owners. I mean, I already have a questionnaire and that says this, are you a dental owner or practice owner? And they can only say, yes, I am, or no, I'm not. That worked for a good time. Usually when they said, yes, I am, it was always a dentist. It's not like I changed anything in my formula. So I just wonder, what to modify at this point.
Yeah. I was looking at your numbers. I was looking at Jorge's numbers. I was looking at Aman's numbers. And what I'm seeing here is this, like I wanted to just kind of do some compare and contrast. If I look at Aman's numbers, his numbers are very healthy. And so his cost per book call is about $30. So he's got 218 book calls, and then 149 of them, he actually hopped on a call. So live discovery call divided by book call is 68%. And then in terms of the live discovery calls, if he out of the 149, he booked 8 of them to say, yeah, I want to hop on a sales call. And then half of them are showing up. And so if we look at the cost per sales call, the cost per sales call is $89. The cost per sales, like live sales call, is $264. So I'm just looking at your number. I'm looking at Jorge's numbers, and your number, your numbers are so high, guys. $36 per lead is a good number. Yeah, this is your stuff. $36 for name, email, phone number is not bad. But what I'm wondering is like, what's going, like the thing that I'm seeing is an issue is this to this. So you got 43 leads, and then 5 of them booked a discovery call. So that's where the bottleneck is, I think. So I'm wondering, like, what percentage of these are real dentist would you say? Like if I had to just plug a number in here, what number would that be?
Probably like 7 or 8.
Really?
Yeah, it's been pretty bad. I think one real dentist every 1 or 2 weeks seems to be, at least in recent weeks, seems to be the case. And mostly, even some funnel hackers, I look up the guy's name and he's like a marketing agency owner. So just weird stuff like that. So I don't know if them going through the funnels, like messing up like the algorithm for Facebook to track real dentists. Like that's what makes me nervous. All these funnel hackers and other business owners and spammers are messing with the algorithm. Because I did catch a good vein one time where it was just one after the other that was real. And that's been a while since I've been able to hit that. And I feel like every day is like almost like, like, a gambler that doesn't know when to call it quits. And I'm just pressing the slot machine, because I'm counting on that time, I got a big hit 2 months ago, right? And sometimes I feel like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like on a practical level, I think of like what is there to do? And I literally think, well, maybe it is the creative. And yeah, I do get good, like from Facebook's metrics, it looks good, right? But if they're all fake, then kind of skews the results. But I just think, should I be just outputting new creative every like make a goal for 5 hooks every week to just constantly test till I can hit that stride again? Because I did get a real dentist like 4 days ago. Did the whole text, he booked a call, he didn't show up, or I called him at the time. I even texted beforehand, hey, I'll be giving you a call in an hour. Yada yada yada, kind of like the Montauk talk track. Called him, didn't answer, left a text saying, hey, is there gave you a ring, is there a better time for me to call you? And he's like, oh, 6 p.m. Call him at that time, his time, and doesn't answer still, left a voicemail, sent another text, and then just kind of no response. So the few dentists I do get that are real, it's just like kind of tough. I do call them every day. I think, at some point I'm like, should I call the office and see, just to show them that I'm kind of everywhere? That's how I think sometimes, but
Yeah. I like all that stuff that you're bringing up is like that is
Mhm.
important, but I don't know that this is normal. Like I don't know that it makes sense to spend $200 to get one. I understand like when dentists, it's a higher lifetime value, you can charge them more and everything, but like this is like too high, man. This
Mhm.
it's not like all that nurture follow-up stuff, like that's not the
Mhm.
issue, in my opinion, based off of look at the numbers today. And I don't know, man. Like I'll be honest with you, very transparent. Like I'm scratching my head. When I was looking at this, I was scratching my head because we did the funnel, you know, do we ever get a do we ever get an actual like real dentist from the funnel or no?
The funnel we're currently running.
No, like when it went to like an actual funnel calendar page.
Um, Actual funnel, the calendar page. Oh, like the booking page,
Yeah.
the website. Yeah, so I'm actually still using that. Facebook lead forms actually lets you link a website at the end, so they do still book to there from there. So that, like the last guy I talked to you guy, the dentist that came in like 4 days ago, he did book for a time to call through that page. But yeah, the original one that was just straight landing page, straight booking page, that didn't, I remember from when we tried that, didn't work too well. I mean, I could always jump into it, try it again, see what happens. It's been a while, right?
How
But
much did how much did we spend on that?
I probably have to look back. I know we did kind of the metrics a little different back then. It was like by ad set. I mean, I could probably just try to find the ad set in the tabs again.
I'm just
Um,
wondering if it was less than this number or not.
right. I
It's all
think that
right.
I think there was an issue of fake leads there. It was a little, I have to go back into the notes, but yeah, I mean, sometimes I question, I'm like, am I even optimizing things right? I know you dropped a new value drop video, but sometimes I think maybe I'm doing something wrong, but you know, so,
Out
but
of the 43 leads here, are you following up with every single one of those people, or you're not following up and you're letting them kind of like schedule? What are you kind of doing when somebody opts in?
text and call every day. I try to do 3 calls at the most. Sometimes I slack and I do maybe 2 calls or one, but I'll at least text them every day too. And
So you
then
You
But
definitely followed up with all these people.
oh yeah, yeah. And then for the most part, when I call them, it goes to a weird voicemail or like, or I look them up online and it's like, and sometimes they just say it like their company name, right? Because I do have them fill out company name, company website, and it'll just be a different website, different company for either like some other business, right? Like be it HVAC or roofing or some weird stuff sometimes. So I'm just like, in my head, I'm just like, well, they're not even worth to talk to. So sometimes I won't call them if they already put out their information that they're not even a dentist. And they even put, are you a dental practice owner? And if you're not, do not fill out this form. And funny enough, they'll put no, I'm not, and then fill out the form. And then and then you look them up and there's some other owner of some other business. So
And is that at
they're
the
a little
lead
stubborn.
is that the lead form level, or are you talking about the calendar page right now?
The lead form level. And then they can't even click on the calendar page until they get to the end. On the last, like, thank you for filling out the Facebook lead form. If you'd like to book a time to actually connect and stuff, here's the link to, and then it kind of shows. And then from what I found, most people who book that will be real dentist. This is the only one time, one off that some HVAC owner actually booked a time with me. But for the most part, if I see someone saying, "Oh, someone booked in your booking page," I 9 times out of 10 when I look at at my phone and look into them that they're dentists. But I would really have to go back and make sure like I'm throwing out 8 real leads after 3 months, or well, 2 months technically since we just started September, but I'd have to really look at that, but I'm pretty sure it's around that number.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll give you an example, Koshik. Like I'm looking at my contacts for the last ones that kind of come in, and they're putting their company name, and one saying design and decor, works at CHI Invest, Herbalife, Dart Team, which I don't know what that is. One's self-employed, one's Palmetto Heating and Cooling, FedEx, and then Warehouse. Like these are all different leads putting in different what their business is. Yeah, Checkers, CEO corporate training, La Habana. Yeah, just like it's just like what's going I'm like, this used to not be a thing before, so I don't know why now, but
I don't think I'm going to see anything different on your ad set, but if you want to pull it up, we can run through it.
okay.
I don't I'm going to see anything on there
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
know that you know how to do your stuff. I'm sure
Yeah, let's just make sure though. You can see this fine?
yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay. I'll move this over a little bit. I have it on maximum. I don't know if you have a preference, but this is the top of funnel level. This is kind of the recent one I've been running.
Okay. Let's
And
go
then I
into
can also
yeah.
that's it.
So instant form, maximize number of leads. What are the other options instead of maximize number of leads?
I think it says I kind of forgot. I could duplicate this right now and just see
Yeah.
what it says. Yeah. Just duplicate that. We'll turn these off. Sorry, this Zoom thing's kind of in the way. Let's duplicate that. Maximum. So I actually have not tried this yet, ever on this.
Maximize number. We'll try to show your ads to people most likely share their contact information with you. We'll try to show your ads to people most likely to convert after sharing their contact. Share ads to people most likely to convert after sharing their contact information with you. Okay. Okay. Let's keep going. In terms of what you've got selected. Okay. Advantage all genders, field study dentist. Have you tried?
I do have an advantage with this though.
Okay. Isn't there one where it's like have you tried advantage versus not advantage?
I think I have. If I look back, I usually name that if I did, so it's probably been a while. I think these maybe I did. Let me just check if I had it on or off. Yeah, these I had so a couple ad sets ago I had it on exclude these and then I had it on these. But I did have detailed targeting on, which is like not Advantage Plus, but is like a in little detailed targeting. The numbers that came back on that were kind of like slow. Like you can kind of see like when I wasn't using an Advantage. At one point, not using Advantage did pretty well. But then when it stopped working for a bit, when I kicked on Advantage Plus at this point, it started working again. So I don't know. Because sometimes like I did Advantage Plus here, I started here and it only gave like wasn't that good results. So and I did put some budget into it, but
Okay.
I don't know. I could give it a shot again just to see because there was I did have a stride with it for a bit with that 25 lead pool.
Okay.
But I could go back to the original here if you like.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is, and then I had, these are kind of, I don't think I've ever deviated from placements. This is kind of how I've always had them since the beginning, but yeah, I don't know if there's something to try here or something new. I can go into here and see if there's different options, but some suggestions. There's not really that much. I mean, there's orthodontics, but they're kind of low sizes all the time. Like unless it's dentist or dentistry.
Have we tried one that's like open targeting? Have we tried one of those?
Oh, with like no targeting?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I have yet.
Okay. We can try that
Maybe try an open targeting.
because you do have within your copy, attention dentist and all this stuff.
Oh
I know.
yeah, so like yeah, the current ad is like it kind of calls out specifically dentist. The one that's working right now seems to be this one the most.
Dentist, you want to test drive our system that quadruples your Invisalign patients per month? Well, you're going to want to hear what our dentists have said.
So that's kind of like the one that seems to be the one working the most. The lower cost per lead one is the one that's like talking about other marketers here.
Dentists, don't believe the hype video from other marketers. Hear from the dentists we actually serve today.
So those are the ones after all the testing, those seem to come out on top. But yeah, I don't know if throwing them at a different, like having it at like open targeting, like maybe trying that.
When did you notice like more fake leads come in? Was it these creatives? And then also if you can just remind me like what problem were we solving when we created those new creatives? Was it that your cost per lead was jumping up? Was it fake leads? Like what was our conversation like if you can remind me before you
Yeah, like it was I believe it was like cost per lead jumping up, like there just weren't that many coming in. They were kind of trickling in now, but then it was like a combination. It was like a combination. So it was like cost per lead was jumping up, leads were slowing down, and then also some fake ones were trickling in. So it's kind of all that at once. And you could kind of see here at some point like this, I would never shut off, something with these numbers if unless something was going wrong for the last couple days, week, right? And then, after that was kind of like trying different things, right? Until we could hit. But the I forgot which ad set had the most real dentists. I'd probably have to look back at the data, but I mean, I could probably download some of these lists too from Facebook, um, but yeah, it was kind of like that, like combination slowing down, cost per lead going up, some fake ones trickling in.
how can you find out which ads that had the real dentist? Is there a way to figure that out?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could look here and just go, let's go here. These were kind of the OG ads. I can't tell you that this ad set was the real deal, like had real dentists, but I think I can actually if I do this. Let me go here. Let's just go do a high lead one. And if I go to edit, this is something I just figured out too the other day. Is like you can go to the actual ad and put more options and download lead data so you know what leads actually came from which ad.
Okay.
So I do that. I usually pull it. So that there you can see them all saying, "Are you a dentist, orthodontist, or dental clinic owner? If not, stop. We only work with dentists, orthodontists, or dental clinic owners." So a lot of them said yes. And you could kind of see their company name. Bar manager, he's for sure not. The only ones that were real were Breeze Orthodontics. This guy was like a specialist with like Palmer's for dentists. He wasn't even a dentist.
I can't see, like, I
Oh,
see, I don't see what you're looking at.
oh, you don't see what you don't see the numbers app or
I don't see their contact information, their answers. I'm just looking at your ads manager.
oh, so it's not showing up. Weird.
Okay. Sorry. So, all right.
But yeah, basically I pulled from that ad that said 12 real 12 leads from that ad, and only like there's a couple. There's one, two, three, four out of 12.
That's not bad, man.
Yeah, so
Okay, so
you know,
how much was spent on that ad set?
let me see. For that exact ad that had that, it was 200 or sorry, 318 bucks. But for the ad set as a whole, 639.
So 318, is that what you said?
318, yes.
318 divided by, you said how many were real?
4.
It's about 80 bucks. 80 bucks. That's way better than what I'm seeing here. Right here on your Excel sheet, we're saying $197 per actual dentist versus 79, way better.
Mm.
Okay, so one of my suggestions will be to turn that specific ad set with that specific ad back on. That specific ad set, that specific ad, and then also like just do a little bit of digging to make sure like anything else that we have, any other ads that we have, let's turn those on, and let's not turn on all the other ads where money was pouring into and nothing was happening. Only the ads that were giving actual real dentists.
Yeah, for sure.
It seems like that it seems like it's the creative, man. Like your initial theory seems
Yeah.
we did the other stuff and this is what's driving the results.
I'm gonna download another set of the leads to see, because I'm looking through the whole ad set now. The other ads that were working. Yeah, there was another ad in that ad set that had about 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, another set of 4 out of probably 8 leads that were real.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know why I turned it off. I'm pretty sure it just slowed down maybe the last week or something, and I just kind of like maybe tore my hair out and it was like, well, let's try something new. So I don't know if that was it. I have to look back at the notes, but yeah, I could probably even, I wish I can see like maybe when the last week I shut it off. I wish I could see that, but it doesn't look like it was on for a while because last month it wasn't on. Let's put the month before that.
So in terms of homework, do a little bit of fine combing and then let's turn on whatever was working. Another thing that we can do is we can have one ad set where we do open targeting with that main creative. So that's the second piece of homework I'll give you.
Is the main creative, you mean the one that's the one that was previously getting the real dentist?
Yeah, so we'll just use that and we won't mess with the other ones. So even like the new hooks that you have, they're beautiful hooks, but if they're not bringing in actual dentists, like, we're just, you know what I mean? Like it's not the best use of your time.
Yeah.
So first thing is turn on the existing ad sets and ads that were working. 2, create an ad set with open targeting with that main creative. Yeah, those are the things I think we can work on right now. That's what I've got for you, man.
Sure. For sure. Yeah, I think I don't know. I've done that too before with my own clients. Like something's not working, I just go back, turn on the thing that worked last time, and then it works. But I'm pretty sure I didn't just turn this off because, I love these real dentists. So I think when I turned it off, maybe it just had a couple hit and miss days, and then I was just like, oh well, let's try something new. So at least that's my best guess is why I did it, but I'll have to check back.
Yeah. And if that's the case, then, my fingers are crossed that that is the case. And then we can double
Mhm.
down on that. Maybe we can increase ad spend. Maybe we can do a CBO campaign. We can do a few different things. Yeah, that's what I've got for you, man. Like that's what the numbers are telling me. That's not like the lead
Yeah.
move, not the discovery call, not yet. We got to
Yeah.
problem first.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. No, this is good. I think yeah, it opens my mind at least to a different route. So and kind of going back to something that worked before. So no, appreciate you. And that's pretty much all I have. I got a couple re-signing stuff client about to end here, but everyone's getting results. Everyone's got a close recently in my so it's just about making sure that they re-sign. I touch base with them, connect with them on an update call. But yeah, they've been kind of hard to get a hold of since it's been Labor Day weekend, but I'm hoping everybody's I could get a call with them as soon as the work week starts.
When the last one that you close, so we have that one close from the ads, yeah? Or is my memory correct? We have
Yeah,
one.
one was a close from Dr. Taj, yes.
And so you've done how much with her? You've done a month with her, month two,
Month
whatever.
with her. She's about to end. She's about to end within the next couple days here. So just
What,
going to
how much, what were the results that you gave her? You spent like, how much did you spend and what were the results for her?
she spent $600 in ad spend for the month, and then she got one close for 4,500, and then um
She's the one you shot the video and stuff for, and she's kind of like
yeah,
nonchalant.
yeah, and she got that. So yeah, she did that. I honestly, she's been hard to get a hold of recently. Just I've been trying to get on an update call, so I'm just gonna try to hammer it home, saying, "Hey, we're at the end of our program. Love to get some update on like how your experience was, so that we can see what's working and double down on what is working, right? Kind of go that talk track." But yeah, she's a little more rogue than most of my dentists. At least even the dentists that are the worst at communicating, they'll fill out their Google sheet. They'll fill out their metrics, right? She doesn't really fill out her metrics and update stuff. And I've done onboarding. I actually drilled onboarding harder with her than anyone else, and she seems to slack the most. So,
That's usually
I don't know. People have different temperaments for sure, but
what the other clients that you have are all like word of mouth, they're all referrals, right?
oh, the other two dentists I have. Um, I mean, first one that's Dr. Lisa, the one I've always been was from
Oh, right.
your original funnel that we did the general niche funnel. Second one after that was just someone from IGDMs. This was before I even we kind of talked. Dr. Chase. I actually did get him to go another month for 1,500, and he basically kind of how you told me, like just show him like, hey, like it looked like you weren't getting that many leads at the beginning of our program and you started getting a lot towards the end. You even got a lead close in the beginning when you weren't getting a lot of leads. So that tells me your next close is very soon. Yeah, he paid that the next day or so. And then we went for another 30 days and he has about 5 days left.
Okay.
And he also just closed again, think last week.
And so you got him through DMs. Were you doing cold DMs? How did you get him, or did he come to you, or how?
Cold DMs, yeah, before I even knew about this funnel stuff, that's kind of what I did. And then yeah, just I'd have to look back how I went about it, but yeah,
How many,
just cold outreach.
how many cold DMs did it take you to get that?
Too many. Probably like I had to look back at my old sheet that I used to do cold DMs, but it was probably around this. It was the only one that I closed through the cold DM, so it's probably 70 or 80.
Oh wow, that's not bad. What are you talking about, Riviera? Get out of here. That's
Well, the
beautiful.
thing is, the thing is, I like everyone, like I never had like a streamlined process, so everything felt grueling. Everything was like a different. Uh,
Mason's about to punch you on the chin, man. Look at him. Wait, hold on, hold
I
on.
was,
Wait,
well, I gotta check. I gotta check the number. It could have been higher, but it's probably something around there.
so you sent 70 to 80 cold DMs, and then out of those 70 to 80, how many turned into like a discovery call?
Um, I probably got like 3 or 4. It's probably pretty low. It was a lot of people leave you unseen or won't open it at all. But
Okay, so you got 3 or 4 discovery. So you got 80 DMs, you got 3 to 4 discovery calls, and then from those 3 to 4 discovery calls, how many sales calls did you book?
Just two. I
So
only remember talking to two guys through like actual sales.
Rivera, context, my brother.
Mhm.
I know Mason's like fuming right now. Um, bro, like this is your numbers are insane. 80, could it be more efficient? Could you streamline it? Could you use AI? Could you do different kinds of things? For sure, we could. But like you got something in your back pocket. 80 DMs. Most people get like one every 100 DMs, they get like freaking, I don't know what the number is, Mason, is like 10% like respond. And then from that 10%, you push them to like a sales call or something like that. It's like 100, 110, 1 or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I'd say like 20 and 25 probably responded in some capacity, not always the most warm message, but they would say, "Oh, what is this? Like, what is this about?" Or they show some interest, and I try to follow up, and nothing would really come of it. The hardest part there was just like trying to get a hold of them or getting their personal details because they
and
just
I
put me to an office. But
have an idea, okay? What I'd like you to do, another piece of homework, is message me and Mason and remind Mason to help you with the follower ads. And I like to run some follower ads. So this is something that Mason does. He's very good at it. And so essentially all you're doing is you're running ads saying, hey, are you a dentist? And value, give me a follow for more. And if it works, what we're going to do is we're going to just blast DMs to all these people and try to push them to a sales call. That's another thing I'd like to test out with you.
okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
remind you just for follower ads, kind of get ideas going there.
Yeah. So we got 3 different things. I mean, the fact
Mhm.
that you have this cold thing that works, man, like the fact that you even have that, that blows my mind. We can definitely leverage that. I'm not saying to do it right now, but
Mhm.
worst case, when it comes to paid ads, we have that.
Yeah.
You should be doing that full time, dude. Like you should be.
Yeah, I just stopped it for this because I just saw like people coming to me versus me always having to go to them. But I'd be very open to doing that again and kind of figuring that out. Because I have a lot of data on what worked and what didn't work at that time.
Good. Okay, that's great news. That's like the best thing I've heard all day. Um,
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I gotta look back. It's been a while, but yeah, there's a lot of different things I tried. I even tried video messages to them and just all kinds of things. But
okay. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure I could probably look at your messaging and figure out how to sweeten things up for sure. No problem. But okay. So last thing, I have another piece of homework for you is I'd like you to go inside some of these Facebook groups. Um, do you have your onboarding page? Did I create one of these for you? Yeah, I did. Can you see my screen or you can't see my screen?
no, I'll stop sharing here.
Okay. So from your onboarding, you don't have these pages, do you? Oh no, your onboarding looks different. Okay, no, you do have them. It's these ones. So these Facebook groups and a few others, I think I may have suggested to you.
I think
Go
I
and
did join them, but I haven't really utilized them.
so the only thing I'm looking for is like for you to message in there and be like, hey guys, what is the average cost per book sales call, or what is the average cost per live sales call that you guys are getting right now for dentists?
Mm,
And the reason I'm asking for that is I want to see if your numbers are within KPI, out of KPIs, totally out of whack, or what have you. So
mhm,
that's the third piece of homework that I wanted to give you.
mhm,
Okay. Yeah.
mhm. Okay.
And then let Mason know what those numbers are so we can kind of compare them to what you got going on. Because
Yeah.
I don't know if your numbers are like out of whack, man. I really don't. Like to me, this seems really high, but I don't know. Let's have a
Yeah.
conversation. See.
Yeah. I just want to get back to that week where I literally had like 20 leads and they were all real dentists. That was crazy to me. And I just think I kind of dropped the ball on a lot of them because it was like the first week I ever, or it wasn't like the first week, but it was like I didn't know how to do discoveries. I didn't know how to do proper nurturing. So I felt like I allowed a lot to slip through the cracks. So maybe there's potential there of me kind of circling back to those leads. I know they're probably a little colder now, but um, just because I know how to kind of.
You can circle back to them. There's no issue with that. In my experience, you got them when you got them, and then down the road it's a lot more difficult. But if you
Mhm,
got time, like go for it. Like it's not gonna
mhm.
hurt. I wouldn't have your hopes up, but it's not going to hurt you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So overall, turning back on the ads that were working for sure within the ad sets that we know are working, doing an open targeting one, reaching out in these Facebook groups to ask them what the average cost for live book call is, and then lastly, working with Mason to set up follower ads. So those are kind of 4 things you can be working on, I think.
Cool. No, this is super helpful. Yeah, it's been a while since I shared KPIs and stuff. To me, I was just like, hey, I'm just one switch away from it all working, but I obviously hit a rut here.
It's all right. Keep going, man. We'll keep going. Anything else you want to go over, Rivera?
No, but that'd be it. Gonna catch some dinner with the fam, some Labor Day weekend barbecue. So I'll leave it off to you guys. But yeah, I'll definitely keep you guys up to date here.
Sounds good, man. So
All right.
remember to message Mason, tag him, and then he'll help you set up those follower ads.
Okay, within our chat.
Yeah, within our chat, me, you, and Mason. He'll
For
kind of
sure.
get the process.
All right, sounds good.
Mr. Jorge, it's been a while. What's going on, brother?
Hello, hello. How are you?
Chilling, man.
How's everything?
Chilling. How's your breathing?
Optimal.
Yeah, looks like it.
Smell colors. I smell everything right now.
Hey, trying to get those nose strips.
But yeah, man, it's been like a little bit of time. I think like a couple weeks since then. But yeah, so major updates. I was working at the gym, right? I was working at the downtown, and I'm no longer there pretty much every day. So that's why I was away some of the Mondays, because I was over there doing the sales. Basically on Mondays we have 2 intro classes that where leads come in. But anyways, so this upcoming month we're getting ready to launch the 6-week challenge funnel for downtown. And since I'm not going to be at the gym as many hours, like working as like a staff for the gym, I'm going to be going there to basically just do sales. I'm gonna have a conversation with Adam on Wednesday, and I'm just basically gonna go in there and have like all my slots be sales slots. So I'll be running the consultations for the 6-week challenge. And then on the weekends, how I'm planning to do it is basically that'll be like an onboarding session day. So like Saturday, the whole day I'll be there basically onboarding the leads that bought the 6-week challenge and using that as like a nutrition weigh-in, like getting their days that they want to come in to train, all that stuff. So yeah, it would be an onboarding day pretty much. So that's what I have, like the major changes, right? So I'm not gonna be at the gym as much, but I still have that. And then with that, I ran out of money for the ads like 3rd week of August. But I mean, it pretty much amounted to I spent more actually than last month for these ads. So I don't know how that came about to be, but I did update my KPI sheets. It was not as strong as last month, and I was relating a lot to Riviera about his position as far as like what was going on, and pretty much the same thing. The cost per lead and cost per calls are way too high. And I was at the point where I'm thinking like, should I start creating new creatives? Should I start adding in another source of getting leads, right? So I know you dropped that value drop video where Drew like painted out his lead generation strategy without running ads. So I was thinking about doing something like that, but also at the same thing, like still on the same boat of like, how can I try to scale these ads up? Because they were going well. I think last month I got way more. And then this month they kind of tanked a little bit. So that's where I'm at right now.
Okay. Yeah, so let's take it one by one. So cost per book call 8. So my question is, so 22 out of 74, are you why is So if I look at Amon's numbers, right? His live discovery call is 149 divided by 218, right? So that's 68%, right? So 149 divided by 218. Yeah, so he's basically having a discovery call with 68% of the people that basically book a call with them. When I looked at your numbers, for you, it's 22 divided by 74. So your number is 30% versus his is 70%. So his is more than double yours. So my question to you is what's going on here, first of all, before we look at anything else, what's going on here? What do you think the issue is? And when I say when I use those words, hopefully, I'm not necessarily telling it's a good or taking it as a good or bad thing. I'm just comparing. I'm just
Yeah.
like, yo, numbers are this number. So why is your number this number? I'm not, maybe it's normal, maybe it's not normal, maybe it's the industry. I'm trying to kind of figure that out. Is there something that we could be optimizing for? When it comes to these leads, the 74, how many of these would you say are like real?
So these would be based off of this entire thing. I would say at least more than half, for sure, for sure. And I think that
If you had to guess, if you had to put a number on it, just for like us just doing this exercise.
let's say like 55, 60, let's say 60. Let's say 60.
So 60, that means, so if we do 22 divided by 60, now we're looking at 36% conversion rate. So you got 60 people that are real. Walk me through, are you double dialing these people, texting, all this stuff, these people to get them on the discovery call?
So I do double dial. I don't, not every time that I get the lead, I call them on the spot. So the speed to lead is missing. And also with the lead nurture, I think that could be stronger. Like I think I could be doing more in terms of
So walk
what I
me
can be reaching out to them, like what I could say to them, or like as far as like, because what I do is I get the lead and then I call them on the spot. If say it's like even if I'm not within that 5 minute range, I still call them the soonest that I can. And if most of the time they don't answer, but if they do answer, then I just go ahead and I schedule out a time to jump on a real call and then a real discovery call, or I'll leave a voicemail and then I'll send them a text. But most of the time, I'd be sending a text,
Okay.
and I
So
would
what I'm,
send.
go ahead, man.
I was gonna say I would send that text that was in the one of the videos where it's like, hey, I would just it's just Jorge from you just booked call, a consultation call. I forgot the exact message. I have it as a template, but I just send that first message right away too.
Yeah. Like what I'm looking at here, bro, like it's very evident when I compare it like to these other numbers. Your issue, like, so uh I'll just put it here for simplicity's sake. So 68%, 68%, okay. Speaks with 68% of leads via discovery call. Okay. And then books 53% to a sales call. And then the last one is has a sales call with 43%. Okay, so these are like his numbers, right? So your number is 35%. Yeah, 36%. And this is assuming that you got 60 real leads and not 74, whatever. Yeah, 36%. I'll change all this stuff. That's fucking this up. All right, so basically you're speaking with 36% of the people versus he's speaking with 68. So he's double what you're doing. In terms of booking people to show up to a sales call, he's booking half of them. So in your case, you're doing 22 live discovery calls. Out of those 22, you get 15 to book a sales call. So your shit is like, your shit crushes him in terms of the people you have conversations. So when you talk to people, you're doing a fantastic job. You're doing a better job than Aman when you actually get a hold of them. And then when it comes to people showing up to your sales call, for him, only 43% are showing up. You, 10 out of 15 are showing up. And then your close rate is 3 out of 10, 30%. So what this tells me is that when you talk to people, bro, you're a fucking boss. And I've always known that about you. I can tell that by your character. I'm not trying to gash you up or anything, like seriously. But what this tells me is you're lazy. I love you, but you're being lazy. That's your shit. And you're smiling, you're cracking up because you know it's true. So your numbers are on you. Your shit is expensive because of you. You're not working your leads, you're not nurturing them. That's your problem. And if you don't fix this, nothing else gets fixed. That's what it is. I was looking at your numbers. It's clear as daylight. Your issue is here. It's 60 people. You got 60 people. There's no reason why you're not hopping on a call with like 50 of them, bro. 50, 45 of them. Your shit's like a third of what it needs to be. That's it. You got to work on this. So yeah, you can do the creatives and stuff like that. But like even like yeah, I mean, you can launch new ad sets, you can do other stuff, but like it's not going to help you if you don't fix this. This is what's costing you the most amount of money. Nothing will save you other than this. So if I'm you, you got to start testing that out. When somebody opts in, you got to test it out like, hey, whatever, can I get your website, whatever, or set up an automation. Set up an automation, bro. If you can't get to it, set up an automation. Yo, hey, just saw this thing, saw you opted in. Can I get a link to your website? They give it to you. Got it. I saw this. Actually have it available next 30 minutes if you want to hop on, or if you prefer this other time, we can do that. That's what you got to be working on. Questions, comments, concerns, thoughts?
I agree. I think that was gonna be where I was headed towards anyways, like asking, is more automations better? But I think it would be, I think I know the answer. It's like not that it's better necessarily, but more so that I just need to be able to get on it and continue to keep that lead nurture alive, right? And then also,
The moment somebody becomes a lead, you got to be on it. You got to do
yeah,
something. Figure something out, bro. You got to figure something out that's going to work for you and your lifestyle. I don't know what that is for you, but you
mhm.
got that out.
And would that be, so that being said, would it be worth going back to the recent leads and doing something with them, right? Like, or just leaving them alone? Like, does it make sense to do like a something of like a DR campaign with the current leads that I have?
In my experience, here's what you can do, man. So in my experience, when you try to follow up with old leads, it just doesn't work. They're just dead. Something happened there, like over and over again. I've seen it. Like somebody has a
Hmm.
massive list of 30,000 people, you go to them and it doesn't get results. That's just normal. That's what happened with direct response marketing. Now, in your case, what you could do is you could respond and you could try Drew's thing where you just say, hey, John, hey, John, I'm looking for two business owners in this location that want some leads. Just wondering if you could handle some more. And then try to hop on a call and try to do Drew's bait and switch thing. That's an option. But yeah, I mean that's your answer. Is like you can work with them. I wouldn't have high expectations,
Hmm.
and it's got to be kind of. I think it's got to be like a Hail Mary kind of offer like that. Like, yo, you want some free leads? And then you hop on a call and you got to figure out how to do the bait and switch there. You'd be like, hey, so do you remember who I am? But I don't know what that script is. I'm pulling shit out of my ass. I shouldn't even say that. I don't know what it is. Um, yeah. Does that give you an answer, bro?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I had a feeling about that. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, like you said, the once I say it out loud and once you say it back to me, now it's even more in my face.
The numbers don't lie, bro. He speaks with 68% of his leads. You speak with 35. He books 53 to show up to a sales call. You book more than that. He gets 43% to show up to a sales call. You get more. You get like 70% of people to show up to your sales call. He closes 22%. You close 30%. All your numbers are better than his after you actually talk to somebody. Like the numbers don't lie. And your cost per book call is $68. His is $32. So yeah, but like his numbers are creeping up. 36, 50, 42. If I look at yours. And so you can do something about this though. Like you can do something. Like your numbers, you could probably have more creatives, test out more stuff for sure. But like it's not unhealthy. So if I just look at this, right? If I just look at his cost per lead, right? His cost per lead is $30. And then his acquisition is $800 or $900. If I look at your conversion rate in terms of your close rate and everything else, I mean, bro, you should be about like $1,200. Like that's just how the numbers work out. Like if you are actually working these people, about $1,200. Still a little bit high, but $1,200. So you should be closing like one person every 2 months, with this amount of ad spend.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, the numbers don't lie. I would like to see your cost per book call though, like lower. I'd like to see it around here, $38. So if I'm you, two things you can work on. You can try to spit out more creatives. If you want to write this down and try to make a note of this, two things you could do. You could try to bring your cost per book call lower by having more creatives and testing out more creatives. And step two is just work on your lead nurture. Get on a call with more of these people. Figure out how to, yeah, that's it. Those two things. That's it. Everything else will come easy to you. Everything else you can do. You've proven you can do.
Gotcha. So test out more creatives and then work on the lead nurture.
That's all you need to do.
And then with the lead nurture, yeah, I'll figure it out. Like either like making a little bit, giving myself a little bit more cushion by making more automations, and then implementing more speed to lead like right away. With the creatives, I was going back and I was looking at the ads and I noticed that so the top one, the one that was giving me the most leads and performing the best actually is the top level ad, not Adam's ad.
Okay.
And so with that, I was thinking, because that's like a long ad. That's like I think I just put the whole clip. It's like 5 minutes long. Would it help to recreate that same ad into the ad set and then just change the title again? Like that's like part of the strategy too, right?
So are you running that ad right now or no?
Yeah,
And is it in your top of funnel? Is it your middle funnel? What's going on with it right now?
both.
So are I guess like what's the issue? Like, is it the fact that Facebook is giving more budget to other ads as opposed to that one?
Oh no, no, there's no real issue. My main question is like if I make another one of those, would it help out to give me even more people?
Can I have a look at your ad set? Can you pull it up real quick?
Yeah.
And you can pull up like specifically what ads that you're talking about and which ad you're talking about, and I can have a look.
Yeah. So I was looking. So I don't know if this is the best way to go about it, but I just went by here by the website leads because these are the leads coming from my funnel
Okay.
landing page. And you see here that most of them, like the top three out of the five, this one's not for me, but the top three of them are top level ad.
Okay. And your cost per lead on average is what? 52, 61, 58. So it's telling you Adam's cost per lead is cheaper though.
Mhm.
rank it by cost per result. And do it again. Or I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, there you go. So what are we doing for the cheapest or the other ones, the $6 one, like those don't apply.
Yeah, these are from the middle funnel.
Okay. So top of funnel, what's the cheapest one we got?
It would be, yeah, Adams.
So $40.
Yeah.
Are there any ads that like are just spending money and not doing any results? So
Yeah, I think what berries? Yeah, this one right here.
go to your like
I
campaigns
wasn't even spending money actually. No, actually, no, I didn't turn this one on actually. Go campaigns.
and select your top of funnel ad, top of funnel campaign, and then go to your ad set.
Oh, here, wait. Actually, I did it in the ad set. So, all right, here we go.
Cool.
These are all the top funnels.
These are the top of funnel ad sets.
Yeah.
Okay, which one were you running that you just shut off? Which one did you recently shut off?
This one.
Okay, let's go into the ads level. And so is anything
I
that's
wasn't
not
running this one.
okay? So you weren't running that one. So you're doing the Adams one, and then the 20K one. Is that like a talking head video?
Yeah, that's me. That's the first one I filmed.
Okay. So is this the total amount that was spent, or can you go further from August 1st to 31st, or is it like did it spend more money?
That was just for August.
So what we can do is we can kind of like accumulate a few different ad sets that all had the exact same ad. So because I'm trying to see if there's a pattern.
Do you want me to hit maximum instead?
Yeah, maybe we can just do maximum. And then if you select a few ad sets, so instead of selecting just one ad set, at the ad set level, go and select a few. So you can, whichever ones you feel like all have the exact same ad in it.
This one was pretty good too.
Okay, and then we can
Yeah, they're all
filter.
the same.
Okay, now we do is we filter by cost per lead or cost per result on the right hand side. We can filter by cost per result. Okay, so what does that tell us? We got yeah, I mean they're all pretty average, bro. Like they're all you got 24 40. I mean the $24 actually. So what I would do is I would probably just like literally just turn that ad back on. I don't know why that one what made you cause that to turn off, but if you turn that back on, that might, if we get that working, you might have some leads coming for really cheap.
Just this one?
Yeah, so the one you have checked next, TLMMA ad one. So whichever ad set that is within, like that's like a good fish. It's a good pocket of people.
717.
Yeah. So one of the things I would do if you want to whenever you want to turn your ads back on, like that would be one thing I would do. And, keep my fingers crossed that it starts delivering again. It might not. But overall, I mean, all the numbers are pretty average. Look, I mean, go back and like go ahead and select all those ad sets that you had selected just a second ago, man. Whichever ones you had selected, yeah. And then ads. Go and click on ads. So what is there anything that's unnecessarily so okay, let's see what's wasting money. So the 20K video, how much was spent on that? So we spent $5. Okay, $5, $24. So yeah, I mean most of your ad dollars, bro, are not wasted dollars. Like it seems like if you're spending money, like it's what is yeah. So yeah, it doesn't look bad to me. Like your numbers don't look bad to me at all. I'm sure if you try out more creatives, you might get maybe something better results, but like I don't see anything that's like jumping on me that's like terrible.
Gotcha. So that this is like the main, it's not the main concern then. Like it'll help a little bit maybe, but it's not like the priority.
Like, yeah, your cost per book call is like $68. I think if you test it out and if you keep like if you just test out more and more creatives, I don't know, maybe you'll get it down to like $50 or something. Like that's what my mind is telling me. I could be wrong, but I don't know that it's gonna go from like $68 to like $30. I don't know that's gonna do that. It might, like that would make a huge difference, but going from like $68 to like $50, I mean that's not that crazy of different results.
Mm,
The big thing is like you're following up like, it's your nurture. That's the big thing. You're a lot of money is slipping through the cracks is what I'm saying.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. That's definitely good to know that the picture is much more clear in terms of what needs to be done.
Yep. What else you got for me, bro, that you want to go over?
Let's see that, and then did you get a chance to watch over the?
It's on my to-do list. I got your video to watch. I got something from Aman. I'm trying to catch up on everything, bro. I'm a little bit behind. But yeah, the one
Okay.
that the consultation regarding the 6-week challenge, is that what you're referring to?
Yeah. I'm in no rush. I just thought it was like a good video that would be uh that maybe you could see something from it that I wouldn't be able to see. Um, Especially since it's like somebody working directly with Gym Launch. But
Yeah. Is there anything that you want me to know? Just anything that you thought was cool that's just like top of mind that you thought you wanted that you think you could share? I mean, it sounds like it sounds like you're pumped up about it.
yeah, I mean it's just like the way he put it. He's like, man, like if you just literally just do it, it's all in the value stack, right? It's all in the value, the offer, right? And I was like, the whole time it was kind of not surreal, but it was like it was literally just like what Alex Hormozy says in all of his videos, right? And then he's just saying it back to me, repeating it back to me, and I'm like, all right, that shit literally works. The thing that did catch me off guard a little bit, he's spending 5K a month on ads.
Okay.
And the thing with him is that he's having trouble getting people to show up to the consultations. But he said that's all going to be in the consultations. Like as long as you have your booked slots, I mean, you have available slots open, it's just going to be mainly sales, right? Just selling those $600, $700 offers and then downselling them at the halfway point into the recurring monthly membership.
When did he start with them?
He started, I think, beginning of August.
So August beginning. So he's about a cycle in. He's about a month in. So he still has to probably figure out how to do the downsells and stuff, or has he done a few of those?
No, he's done a few of them.
Okay, so it's 6 weeks, and then midway through the 6 week they do the downsell, or when do they do the downsell?
Yeah, at 3 weeks.
Okay. So he spent 5K. How much has he made from that 5K? Did he tell you?
Yeah, I think he's made like 30 or
Yeah,
like
that 30?
20 or yeah, it's 20 or something like that. Like he went from maybe closer to 20, like 17-ish, because he went from 17 to basically almost doubling. He's at 30K a month now, just from working with them.
Okay. So when he was by himself, was he running any ads or no?
No.
So he basically went from 17K per month by himself. Okay. Now he's doing 30 plus. Okay. Um, I mean, how long has he been like running his business? Do you know approximately? Like is he
Uh like 8 months.
Oh shit. So he's new.
Yeah.
How's he already at 17K per month then?
Um he basically followed all of Adam's stuff.
Hmm.
Like
Okay.
Adam helped him out.
Okay. He's one of the Adams like initial like okay. Gotcha. Okay. Well, shit, man. I mean, I'm excited to see it, bro. What deal did you cut with Adam? Like, is he paying you per sale, or is he like you're just gonna learn, or like what's kind of the structure you got with Adam?
So we're having that meeting on Wednesday to finalize the commission structure, but given that they are gonna be like $700 packages, like, and I'm not gonna be being paid on the hour, you know. I mean, I don't know exactly what his idea is yet, but Solo did tell me, he's like, dude, you gotta, if you're gonna be putting all this work, you gotta get compensated where it's worth it for you because it's gonna be a grind. And then he's like, think about asking him about,
So this dude was telling you to talk to Adam about that, how it's gonna
yeah,
go.
yeah. He's like, do you gotta ask him about like some profit sharing or like some like revenue split, something that'll make it worthwhile for you to actually just stick to the grind.
Mhm. Okay. So
So
so really quick, typically jujitsu clinics are charging like $100 a month, 150, and
150 average,
so now we're doing instead of charging 150, we're charging 700 for how long?
6 weeks.
So basically, so so that's a huge difference. That's why the fucking results are what they are. You're going from 150 to 700. That like you're going, yeah, like you're fucking going from 150 a month to 700. That's insane.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, well, fuck, that's all I needed to know. I just needed this. And then it's just like the sales now you position all that stuff then. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Yeah. He told me that he does like a presentation for them, and he didn't show me the presentation or anything. He just said, he's like, yeah, I have a whole slide, like pitch deck for them. And I basically just goes through a sales call, but like in person.
Oh man, you need that. You need that sales script. You need that sales doc or that sales thing. Did he not go over it with you because you felt like he wanted to guard it close to the chest, or because you just didn't ask him about it?
I don't know. I didn't ask about it, right? He like briefly mentioned it and like it didn't register in my head until I was rewatching it. He's like, yeah, I go over a presentation and slides for them. And like we were talking about something else. And then after that, I was like, okay, that's probably a good idea to get a hold of. And then we like after the call, I haven't talked to him since then. But
Yeah. So my thoughts are this in terms of like big levers to pull and work on for you, bro. Uh, Lead nurture, as we spoke about, some more creative is not going to make a huge difference. For this guy, you definitely got to figure out the sales process script. And
mhm,
that's when it comes to you working with Adam. I mean, real shit, you know, like, yeah, he's right. It's a grind. Like, you're a basic sales rep, like, for sure. Like, just all day, you're just nurturing and selling, and you got to get compensated. But also, like, hopefully, you and Adam just understand, like, you're not doing this for, like, you're doing this for the long term. And so, if you and Adam figure this out, um, I mean, you don't even honestly like, I'll be honest with you, you don't need Adam if you figure this shit out. As crazy as it's gonna sound, like you can literally just if you can really figure this out for a month, it would actually be wise to cut Adam out for you, where you just run ads and you hop on a sales call and you're literally telling people like, hey, look, the price of our program is 5K or it's 200. I'm doing this with Aman, literally. It's $2,083 a month, which is 6,250. Or you want to do prepay, it's 5K. Now, for the time being, because I know you've been burned or because of reason X, because of reason Y, I'd like to give you a trial for $1,000 for the first 30 days. Everybody eats that shit up. Now, if you get these people to implement this shit, charge fucking 600, $700, bro, you're going to make them that entire 5K within those 30 days. So if you figure this shit out, you do your lead nurture, all that shit, you get people in through the door for $1,000, they're going to pay you 5 grand within those 30 days. And you just fucking keep, and then like, yeah, you're going to be selling cash, bro. But you just fucking do like 3 deals a month. That's 15K. And so it's really about this machine. It's really about dialing this whole thing in.
mhm.
That's going to be way better. Yeah. I don't see like the value proposition that Adam would really add at that point.
You mean like on his stuff, on his funnel, or like you talk about like in this particular case for the school?
And so what I mean by that is like I kind of talked to you about like if Adam's got such a huge following, why don't you run ads and why doesn't he sell some shit for like 12K, 15K or whatever?
Yeah.
That, what I'm telling you is that if you figure this out, you're going to be able to charge your jujitsu business owners like 5K within 30 days. Okay. And they're gonna pay it to you. Why? Because you're gonna make them the money, right? Right now, your issue is that you run ads for people and they're getting like okay results. and they're paying you like $15 a month or where they're happy to pay that to you. And sometimes you have a client like the other one that like dropped off where you couldn't get any results. But if you really dial this in, we're able to charge $700 for this thing and really figure this out, and we can create course material. People will happily pay you 5K for like 30 days. And then we can figure out some additional shit to upsell them, make the average client worth like 10, 15K. That's the move, in my opinion. That would be the better move. And now you don't need Adam. You really don't need Adam, or you upsell Adam's services down the road or some shit. But I honestly don't think even. I mean, think about this dude. He hired Adam first to get him off his feet, and then he hired the gym launch shit, right? Which means this is more valuable.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Saying like they purchased that first, and then they purchased this. Like, yeah, this is much more valuable.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense for sure. I think I just got to start running with it like the other things, because there's a lot of things where I'm like, there are little nuanced questions like, what do you do at this part? What do you do at this part? You know, what are you saying here? Where it's like, I think I just got to start going through them.
Try to get his sales script if you can, and then you're gonna have nuances, and then he'll go through that with you. And
on that note, so there's another sales rep at the gym, and he's not really like skilled in sales. I don't want to say I'm skilled in sales or anything like that. You know, like my skills aren't that high, but I have more experience being on sales calls and having like actually structured sales conversations more than he does. He's just sold at the memberships at the gym, and he's gonna be the one doing this as well. So how do I get him on board is to basically like follow the script, or like follow a script for that matter.
So he's selling with you for Adam.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to figure that out anyways. And the way you figure that out is like you create course material. That's it. There's literally only you create course material for somebody that's a proven script. Step one is you have to have a proven script. That's the most important thing, most important pillar. If it's not proven, nothing else fucking works.
What makes it proven that it just works?
Yeah. Proven is objectively, not subjectively, objectively. So that means that you get the script from this guy who got it from Gym Launch. It's a proven thing. It's a proven thing. It works all the time. It's proven. Right? So it has to actually be proven. So it has to actually always work. Not always work, but works very high. Unless you suck balls, it works, is what I'm saying. Unless you suck balls, it works. Like, for example, I just went over something with you. It's $2,083 a month, or $5,000 prepay, or you can do $1,000 as a trial. That's a proven fucking thing. I know it's proven because I've done it. I gave it to Emma. It fucking works. It's proven. That's what I mean. It's a proven script. Two, the next thing that you would do is you get people to watch gameplay tape of winning sales calls. So if you can record yourself doing some sales training and people see you out in field actually closing deals, they can watch that and be like, oh, that's how I'm supposed to say it. That's how I'm supposed to say it. So first one is proven script, which you create course material on. Then they see you in action doing it. Then they do it themselves, and you just critique them over and over again. That's how you train people in sales. That's it. That's all you can do. So right now, you just got to go out there and do it. And after you have figured it out, document it, create course material. And so that's what we're going to do for most likely all of these jiu-jitsu business owners that you're going to start closing deals with. You have to become more of a guru and a mentor and advisor to these people.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Oh yeah, this makes sense. The wheels are starting to turn now, so it's gonna start basically almost like throwing shit on the wall, see what sticks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's not so much throwing stuff at the wall. Like, I mean, you already have a lot of it. There's some missing pieces that you don't have, so you're following a proven path. So this is good, man. This is the problem that we were stuck on for a while. Remember, we were talking about like, doing one-on-ones and getting people in and increasing conversion rate and all this shit. Like all that shit, it was a huge missing piece. And I'm just like, I didn't know how we were going to solve that problem. I really didn't. I knew it was going to take time and energy, but like now you just have the fucking cheat codes, and now just run with it, bro. Like you got the cheat code handed to you. Just gotta do it. My theory is that you do it, it's going to work very well. My theory is you're going to do it, and because of your sales skills, you're going to get a lot of it. And then if you consult with this guy, he's going to give you the missing piece. And then before you know it, you're going to start closing like clockwork. Once you have that, we can fucking sky high, take the shit sky high. Assuming you actually talk to all of your leads and you nurture them.
Yes. Of course, that's number one.
Yeah, you got to do that.
With all of this, like this is exciting, but I still have that conversation with Adam too about his stuff, and like we haven't even like officially started with that yet, like running ads stuff like that. I'd still like very much want to go towards that route too, just because like that's still like very. I feel like it's pretty promising for what we could sell it for, and like how I could be like a basically a growth partner for him at that point. Um, any thoughts on that? Just straight, just keep running with it. Go ahead, keep doing the same thing.
I was explaining this to Aman. Step one is like you got to make people money. And then step two is you got to figure out how to extract money. And this goes back to my Fat Piggy framework. I talked about this many, many times. Do you remember my Fat Piggy framework?
Yeah,
Or-
you got to extract it from the customers.
Yeah. So number one is you got to make people money and then you got to extract the money. So, if I look at like Gym Launch and if I look at his competitor, Hormozy told the story. Gym Launch, his competitor was charging like 5K. And then Gym Launch was charging like what 16K, and then they did an upsell for like 40K or whatever. The missing piece is this is like, so if in Gym Launch he was talking about how he literally even like advised this guy. So his direct competitor he was helping out. And his competitor was charging 5K. And then what he would do is he would basically make its clients like 5K or 10K break even, right? And so his average lifetime value was 5K. Whereas the Gym Launch, he would charge them whatever he would charge them, 1K, 2K, 10K, whatever. But eventually you'd extract the 16K, and then from there he would extract the 40K. Why? Because he's making them a shit ton of money, as you saw with your friend, right? They went for 17 and 34. It's because he's making the money first, and then he's extracting it. So when I bring this up, why do I bring this up? I bring this up because when it comes to Adam, I don't know that he knows how to make people a shit ton of money. I think he knows how to get them the basics. I think he knows how to take a beginner and get them like very basic, like which is like literally your friend, the person you talked about. He was not a business owner, and then Adam got him up and running for like 17K. And so I just feel like I don't know, man. Like I feel like people are gonna hire him because of his name. They're gonna be able to pay 12K. They're gonna be willing to do it potentially, but I don't know. Like I feel like what you're doing here, you're actually making people money if you figure this Gym Launch shit out. You're going to be able to make people money. He's not really making people money. He didn't really make this dude money, right? He kind of helped him set up the business, and then the business made 17K a month. But in this case, what we're doing is we make people money and then we take the money. Step one, we make the money. Step two, we take the money. Adam didn't do that. The dude just paid Adam. So why did he pay Adam? Because of Adam's name. Does that logically make sense? He didn't make him money. He just taught shit, and then the dude made money on his own. This is a very different game. As an agency, we make people money and then we extract the money. Those are two different skills. And I had to teach Aman this is like skill one is making people money. Skill two is figuring out how to extract the money. And that's a whole like another skill. And that's something I have to work with you down the road. We're not ready to work on that right now. And so what I'm ultimately saying is like, I feel like for Adam, like it's worth like running an ad, you do the discovery call, you give him the sales call, and then let him just do his thing and just see what the fuck happens. Like that's it. I want to honestly pull my hair out with what you have right now. My advice is different than what it was like 2-3 months ago when you first told me about this. But back then you didn't have Gym Launches shit. Now you do. So this is what I would do for him. I would just set up the ad, discovery call. You do the discovery call, hand it off to him, let him do his thing, see if he can sell some shit for 15K. And then he has to create the coaching, which he already did. He created the coaching program, the module, all that stuff. That's what I would do. And just see what happens.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly don't think you need him anymore if you figure out the Gym Launch stuff.
Cool. Yeah, that was pretty clear. I got you. With this stuff that I have for Gym Launch, would it be too premature to test it out on other gyms? So what am I so top level, right? So they didn't pay me a retainer. They're the first gyms that I reached out to basically be my guinea pig. Would it be worth testing it out with them and saying that, hey, but like telling them, hey, you gotta make these consultations, you gotta make the sales, you gotta close them, you gotta do all this, right? But just telling them, hey, this is what I'm doing with downtown.
You got to do it yourself before you can test it with them, I think.
Okay.
You can't just be like, hey, here's how the strategy works. Good luck. Like they need the actual script. Like literally,
Okay.
yo, it's $2,083 a month. Da, 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 da. I'm literally giving the fucking words. Without the words, it doesn't fucking work. You need to give them the words. You need to give them the exact words. Like, yo, when somebody opts in, here's what you do. Here's what you do. Here, you gotta give them a step-by-step playbook, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotta
All
do
right,
it.
yeah, that makes sense.
If I were you, I would do it yourself and then test it with them. And then you got to wean off of like doing it with Adam. You got to hire somebody else so that Adam doesn't get pissed at you when you know. So
Okay.
what else you
Cool.
got from?
No, that's it really. I mean, I a quick update on the other one for the $20 trial. Remember we had that convo. So we're running them and it's working. I mean, people are buying them. This is pretty cool to see.
Nice.
Yeah,
you
so it's excuse me. Say that again.
Are they doing upsells? Are they getting them upsold or?
So we're right around that time. So that's the 2 weeks, right? So we're right around that time where the 2 week trial is almost gonna be up. And so by next week is where we'll see if they actually sell into the program.
That would be the real test.
Yeah.
Even if they sell into the programming, what do you sell in the program for? $150 a month?
200.
Yeah, bro. It's not gonna come close to what you're doing with Gym Launch. It doesn't come close. Just think about the numbers. $200, and yeah, get them to stay for like 3-4 months versus Gym Launch, you're just fucking extracting the $700 right there and there. It's insane.
Mhm.
Night and day difference.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Cool. So then I'm gonna reach out to Solo then about getting the presentation. What if he's like, nah, and just doesn't give it to me? I was thinking about like just running like a mix of like the presentation I do for
I would before you try to Frankenstein something together, what I would think about is how do I cleverly get that information? So do you get somebody to go through his funnel and have that person like record like I'm being serious, like this is the kind of shit I would do. Like I would dead ass, I would take like some kind of I would pay somebody, work with somebody, get them to record the whole thing. Like I'm not joking. Like that's the kind of shit I would do. That's what I would do. I would do that before trying to Frankenstein anything together.
so basically like whatever means possible. Get that presentation.
Everything, all the way from the lead and not even just the presentation, all the way from the ad. Like I would have somebody, a Trojan horse, put them through the whole thing. Somebody, put them through the whole thing. I want to see the automations. I want to see the text. I want to see everything.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. So I opted in. I saw a couple fitness trainers in my area that they were running the 6 week challenge. It looks super similar to what Solo was doing. And I'm like, this has to be a Gym Launch as well, right? And I opted into two of them, and they're both giving me the same exact automations, same exact frameworks. As far as like what they're sending me first, how many times they're calling me. And so I was gonna ask you, would it be worth to basically model something like that?
Well, you have to confirm first of all that they
Yeah.
are right. My number one thing is this, bro. My number one advice to you is just stick to the script. Like get it verbatim. Don't try to use your imagination. Don't try to like guess. Get his shit works. I want every fucking detail. You don't know what it goes. You don't know what you don't. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know what's important. Just get everything. And then if we see that he's doing the same thing as the other person, we can verify to a T, like, oh, they are all doing the same shit. Okay, cool. Let's look at the personal trainers, see what else we can learn from there. Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, so then, yeah, I'll ask him. Hopefully, I mean, he's been pretty cool, so hopefully he'll uh he'll spill the beans, God willing, and that would help a ton.
How did you meet him?
I've been knowing him. We've
How did
uh we, we've trained together over the years, and then we
okay.
used to work at the gym together, and then
So why is he
he's.
hooking you up? Is he kind of hooking you up as like a bro or
What do you mean?
like there's different relationship with different people. Like, is he kind of like, is it a relationship that you have with him where you guys are just like super bros and like he would charge somebody else, but he's not going to charge you? Is that like the kind of relationship that you have?
I think so. I mean, we're not like super tight, but I've known him for years and we work together and we've trained together a bunch of times. So I
How much
think that he told me too, he's like, yo, like I'm telling you this because I know the amount of work that it took for me to get here. So I mean, it's really up to you to basically do that. So basically giving me the information for free, like thinking like, will I even do it? Who knows?
you think he thinks maybe you won't even do it?
He doesn't know I got that dog in me though. But yeah, I mean, he said something like that though, pretty much. But also like we worked with Adam together. Like he helped bring Adam's school like during he helped like systemize some things too. And so we just have that working relationship already as well. And so we know that we're both trying to help Adam. So he's like, yeah, like I'll help you out so you can help Adam and then you can help out your clients.
Okay. The reason I was just asked is like maybe you have something in your back pocket to offer him.
I mean, I used to do content for him. I could be like, yo, like if you're I'm making some content for something,
Yeah, just be careful with how you do it. You don't want to, if you lean in with like, yo, I'll make some content, that's going to tell him how valuable you think his shit is.
Yeah.
But if you just like act ignorant, then maybe that's the best move, to act ignorant. And then if you see him push away a little bit, you'd be like, yo, bro, I just, I wanted to get a little bit of your time, man. This is important and I'd be willing to shoot something for you or whatever. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
How much did he pay Gym Launch, or what program is he in? Did he tell you any of that? Did you get any of that information?
I didn't get any of that information. So I don't know like how his deal was structured. I was curious. That was something I wanted to ask too. Like just out of curiosity.
If you
Like how he set it up.
find out, let me know. I'd be curious as hell to learn about that as well. But yeah.
Do you know a lot about Gym Launch too?
I mean, I know whatever's public, bro. Like I had this
Oh.
one, he actually purchased Gym Launch program, and he purchased our course and everything. And I was so confident he was going to book a discovery call, sales call, and then he flaked. But he was going to be my resource to learn more about the inside of how that works.
I got you, bro.
Yeah, let me know. I'm so curious. I'd love to know.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's cool seeing somebody on the inside of it. But I got you too, Mason. Everybody eats.
What did Mason say?
He said same smiley face underscore.
Cool. What else you got for us, Jorge?
Let me see. I think that was it. But let me just double check. Yeah, that was it.
Cool. All right then, bro. Keep me posted. Let me know how everything is going. I'm really excited for you. I'm excited to see you test the stuff out. I think this is gonna be the game changer. That and you getting off your lazy ass and following up with your leads.
Get these leads go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, all right then, bro. If that's everything, I'll see you here next time then, okay?
All right, we'll do. See you, man.
Peace.